Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast. Well, welcome, guys. I appreciate you being on.
All right. For reference, Matt.
I was just gonna surprise that like once we started recording.
Yeah, just to be simple, I normally go by Crixus when I'm hanging out with him.
No, call him Matt. It'll be hilarious.
No.
Hell yeah, man. So somebody recently told me about you guys' channel, Black Wolf Videos, right?
Oh,
that's
me,
not him. Get out of here.
I can't in the chair. It doesn't move.
Yeah, no, you've had actually two of my good friends on your podcast recently. You had Mark, the Airsoft comment, and Honey Badger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bro, Honey Badger knows everybody, man.
Dude, Honey Badger knows everybody because I pushed him into creating content. Like, I literally started throwing stuff at him. And then, like, I was, like, yelling at him, like, bro, where's my content at? We're throwing this event. You have all this stuff. And then on my YouTube channel, I'm literally calling him out. He has this box of... Are we recording, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay,
I started recording when we were having technical problems, bro.
I had no idea. But like, so Honey Badger has like this whole thing of like all these hand grenades. And I'm like, hey, Honey Badger, you got GoPro, right? And he's like, yeah. And you got all these grenades, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so you got to make some content, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, you have 1 week. I'm calling you out 1 week after Vanguard. What was it? It was Uprising? Yeah, it was Uprising. Yeah, it was Uprising. And I was like, you got 1 week. 1 week. This is me calling you out. 1 week to upload content. And it took him a little bit to do it, but then he did it. And ever since then, he's had this like fire just like light up in his eyes. And it's just like, it does me so much joy to see somebody so happy doing what he does. It's exciting. He's going to go really far. Like, at this rate, like, you know, he's got to be like the next, I don't want to say this, but I want to say that he's going to be like the next Dutch the Hooligan or something, you know? Like,
I'm not a media guy. I'm sorry. I found out about your podcast because Mark was like, hey guys, he's actually on my Airsoft team. He's like, hey guys, I was on the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. You got to go check it out. And like every 5 minutes, he's like, did you listen to it yet? I'm like, I'm trying to listen to it. You keep interrupting. Stop calling me.
That was a long one too. Yeah, that was a long one too.
Well, about halfway through, he called me and I'm like, stop kicking trees. I'm listening to it.
Right. Yeah, he talked about that on the podcast too. It was funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. So that is wild that you guys got, so you knew Honey Badger before he started doing all his stuff.
He was prepping to do it. He was getting all of his accounts and stuff set up, and I knew that he was serious. And he told me that the one thing that he was missing was something for his GoPro, and I just so happened to have one of those headbands for his GoPro. Of course, since then he's evolved like 110%. And the stuff he's putting out now is just absolute fire. So like, I remember his first video. Whenever he posted it, I was like, okay, it's got potential. He's got to learn how to do the editing and stuff. And now he's just like, I know all these editing softwares that it's gonna make my stuff quick and good. He understands how Instagram works. He understands how YouTube. Yeah, he understands how YouTube works for the most part. I know most of his following is Instagram right now.
Right.
I've been kind of like shadow following him and stuff and saying hi whenever I see him.
Yeah.
But he comes on the channel every once in a while as like for Vanguard Airsoft Events, we do storytelling as part of how we get people like really involved. And he's been an actor in the last one, and he did a really good job, even though we killed him like twice on stage.
Oh yeah, he's next to Mark. He's my second favorite person to kill.
Context, that sounds so bad.
Yeah, it does. I don't care. Mark, you're first. You're my favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, so we have this scene where we have this guy with a bowler hat. He's in a suit. He has a cane, and every time he takes a step, you hear the cane, and then the steps. And he's like walking down this hallway all menacingly. he just tripped a guy and just like put a bullet in his head, and then he comes up to Honey Badger, and Honey Badger is like 6'4", 6'5", and the guy who's playing this, he was another one of my really good friends, Jared. He's like 5'8".
Oh shit!
And so like he's like on screen, he's like pushing Honey Badger up against the wall by his neck, but in real life, Honey Badger is like squatting.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't get to see this because you relegated me to like another room because apparently I'm loud.
It wasn't just you.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
my favorite Honey Badger moment so far has been the run scene, because I got to direct that bit, and it was the first thing you let me direct without hovering, and it was great. It turned out great.
We threw a GoPro on him, and we did this scene that was first person where Honey Badger's character is like running for his life. So we killed him 3 times.
Oh, you weren't counting that?
We killed him 3 times. I didn't count that.
Okay,
No. So he dies from the auditor, he dies from the enforcer, and then he dies in that.
Mark's still ahead by like 2 or 3.
Way more than 2 or 3. I just haven't released all of them.
Wild. I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel until tonight when I clicked on your Discord profile and saw you had the link on there, but on your Instagram it's not on there. So I was trying to, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have time to watch any of these videos.
It's because my merch store is on the Instagram. I post a lot on the Instagram, but I don't update a lot of my Instagram stuff.
So
as things come along.
Yeah. So as far as Vanguard and Black Wolf, he's now my partner. That's a recent occurrence.
Yeah. So this is gonna kind of serve as the official announcement.
You're the first.
Way. Yeah.
Big reveal. Oh shit.
I just became a 50-50 partner with Mr. Mills here to be working with Vanguard Airsoft.
So my last partner was as ugly as me, that face for radio. We had to get a pretty guy in here. So,
That's what it is.
Yeah, he's face for radio, man. I'm telling you, if you guys are watching on YouTube right now, you know what I'm talking about. If you're listening on a streaming service, I'm doing you a service. They're just listening to my voice and not seeing all this. It's just so bad.
I'm fucked because I don't have anyone else to just put in here, for.
No.
You've got a gorgeous face. Don't listen to him.
Hey, he's still pretty. Everybody's pretty. You know what? Fred the Snowball is prettier than me.
He's got googly eyes.
Yeah, see? Look at that.
Aw.
Look at that.
That's so cute.
Little snowball.
Yeah, Fred the Snowball.
This is my first external microphone, by the way.
Yeah.
Given to me by him.
Oh shit! Yeah, I have one of those, the black one. I have one in my closet behind me, and I used it for a little while, but I move around too much. So I got this $25 cheap ass USB like telemarketer headset. I've been using that for like a year. It's fucking great, dude. Like it's got a mute button right here. It's never failed. I plug it in. I can plug it in all different whatever USB ports in my PC, and it works flawless. So
yeah, isn't it crazy how like the cheapest tech works the best,
dude?
I don't know about that. The tech we have right now is pretty cheap. Like these are Walmart specials.
That wasn't this' fault. It was the expensive computer's fault.
It wasn't expensive. This is not expensive. This is like a Galaxy. I don't even remember what this is. It's either a Chromebook, a Galaxy. I don't even remember.
So as far as like airsofting and stuff goes, right? You go out and you see these milsimmers, and they've got like these like $40, $50 headsets that clip to their helmet, and
that's pretty cheap for those.
They can reach up to a satellite in space and do all this funny stuff.
40 or 50 bucks? That's awesome.
I've got like a $15 Amazon cheapo that I've had for the last 4 years that still works, still operates.
Oh shit! Okay.
It does it. Yeah, it's just this little cheapo. It's meant to go like under your motorcycle helmet, but it just clips it. It literally stays snug against my ear, gives me a little boom mic. Don't want to drink something, I just smack it out of the way.
It's crystal clear all the time throughout the radio too.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, unlike this, getting of this.
Well, you figured it out. I mean, that's good, and now you know.
I'm never gonna let myself live it down though.
Well, so that just like Zoom, any platform you use, whatever software you use, when it's on an active call, a video call, it will go through those settings. Obviously, not through the computer one. So
the software settings will override whatever the computer's Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
I knew that deep down. I
man.
swear.
Well,
We
you
swear I
figured
knew
it
that
out.
deep down.
We're good.
Rabbit trail so hard from what I was originally saying. So great that.
I don't even
I
remember
know,
what
right?
you were originally saying.
Well, listen, so how did you guys, so you guys are in, Texas?
Yes.
Okay, you're in Texas now. Did you guys grow up in Texas? Start out, how'd you guys grow up and then get into airsoft? And then how did you
go
guys
first.
meet?
No, you go first.
Our story is interesting, man. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Okay, so I was born in Southern California. I actually have a whole thing on my YouTube channel explaining where I come from.
That would have been nice to know if you had a YouTube channel, yesterday.
Do your research.
I thought you knew. I'm sorry.
And by the way, I couldn't even search it. I'm looking Black Wolf videos, and it doesn't show up like that. It shows up Mr. Smiley something something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Mr.
what the
Smiley
fuck?
Cooper. Okay. So those emails you make whenever you were young, and that you regret them later in life with the stupid names.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Gotcha.
That's what happened. I just figured out as of last week how to change that, and I'm like, I don't want to go through and change everything. So I was born in Southern California, San Diego, Navy brat.
Okay.
Eventually, we moved out here where my parents were. I moved out to the good old 903 area. That's way north of here. It's like a border of Oklahoma and Texas.
Gotcha.
And that's where I spent most of my childhood. And along the way, there was a flea market. A friend of mine was like, dude, I bought these things. They're like paintball guns, but they're not like paintball guns. And they sell them at the flea market. And we have one of those like every, the first of every
Trade
month.
days,
Yeah, trade days. And he's like, we should go in our backyard and shoot them with each other. And they were airsoft guns, which, by the way, I do not suggest ever doing that. That is a very bad idea.
Unless you have copyright for it.
Well, even then, bad idea. Backyard airsoft is a bad idea, okay?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
It's the best. What are you talking about?
Like, don't get me wrong. I had a blast, but like that's how I got introduced
Tell
to
me, chase my
airsoft.
daughter's friends away and just shoot them.
Right?
So that's how I got started, like airsofting on the map around like 12 years old, and then we started like setting up at people's like ranches and stuff because we lived out in the country. So we would go shoot each other in the woods, and it was a blast. And it wasn't until like right after I graduated high school in 2013 that I found out about D14, and ever since then I've been going to D14 all the time, and I'm currently their field photographer as well, and sometimes I get to do videos for them.
Okay.
And eventually I ran into this guy, and I'm gonna let him take over from there.
Okay, so I was born in Oakland, California. Moved all over the place. My family at one point was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then I got, that's a different thing. We'll go into that later. But I was put up for adoption because of the situation. And I don't want to go into it because it would smear people, and I don't want to do that. It's not how I am. So I was adopted, and then, my adopted family moved to Ivanhoe, Telephone, Texas. And I went to Sam Rayburn High School, literally 30 minutes north of this guy. Yeah, but I didn't meet him yet.
Nope.
That comes almost a decade later.
I wasn't even living in that town when we met.
No. So
I was living in Dallas proper.
Oh, that's right. When I got out, I did a litany of security jobs, as most Marines do, until they find something, because that's just like a natural fit. And I fell ass backwards into laser tag production, tactical laser tag production.
Oh, shit.
I ended up hiring a guy, Brian. And Brian, if you're listening to this, hi. Hi, Brian.
Shout out, Brian.
Yeah. He was going like every weekend to D14 because he was from Florida and he was already playing airsoft and stuff. And he was at our D&D table, and he's like, man, I go play airsoft and nobody's going with me. And I always thought airsoft was like weird, like, I'm going to go get shot at on purpose. Like that's that 4 years of my life trying not to get shot at.
That's how a lot of people who aren't introduced to airsoft at a young age are, though. Like they look at it and it's like,
yeah,
you want to play with toy guns? Why don't we just go to the actual range? well, I can't shoot at my friends
So
and shoot
Right.
at them
So,
later.
so I felt bad for Brian. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to play airsoft with you, dude. I'll bite the bullet, whatever. I'll fight my natural instinct to
Bite
not
the-
get shot at. I've
Right.
done that a couple times too now. And he put a Thompson in my hand, and that was it. After that, I just
Shit.
immediately fell in love.
Nice. Now, what
And then-
what made you go in the Marine Corps?
Wanting to get the hell out of Bonham. Not even gonna lie.
That's the town. That's how it works. That is how it works.
Bonham, Ivanhoe, and Telephone are one of those cities where people will do anything to get out, but you're going to end up coming back. Like
Oh
it's just,
shit.
yeah.
It is a black hole.
Yeah.
Anybody who comes from there will tell you the moment.
If you
the
get out
moment-
and you're tethered in, if you get out of the black hole,
Hold
it
on.
just pulls your
The
It's the
moment-
abyss.
Anyone who goes through that area will tell you the moment you enter Fannin County, something feels off.
Oh, you get to Telephone, you immediately lose cell phone service.
Oh
It's gone.
god, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
yeah. Even like no matter what you're doing, like there's a whole like dead zone all around Fannin County
Holy
that
shit.
starts when you know where Top Fun is?
Yeah.
Top Fun.
Top fun. It's got a bar.
Yeah. So like right where that is, there's like a dead zone for a mile.
Yeah.
You know, and
See, we didn't have a problem in my
Verizon
high
probably
school.
got some towers out
Did
there
they?
actually. Yeah.
When I was in high school, we didn't have a problem with cell phones, not because they weren't prevalent, just because we had no effing service in our high school. So
Oh shit. Right.
yeah,
You couldn't even
nobody
use
was on their phones because you couldn't use them, and we didn't have smartphones. We had the Nokia bricks. You remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
had Snake. That was the highlight of your day. Who had the Snake high score?
But Bonham.
That's when you were like an OG gamer when you had like the triple digit score.
Oh my god,
know?
that's wild. Yeah.
So Bonham, there's two things that happen in Bonham. You either end up getting out, or you end up on drugs.
Or both.
Or
And
both.
then years later, the prime time to be in Bonham is for your retirement. It's actually a pretty decent place to retire because they got some nice homes.
Like I said,
that
they
are
put
fairly
you back
cheap.
in. It just
It's legit. That's where my family is still.
so as far as the Marines, wanted to get out.
You're right. I was rabbit
No, that's
trail.
fine. It's fine. We rabbit trail. That's what he loves. I've listened to his podcast enough to know he loves rabbit trailers because then he can just
Yeah,
sit there,
dude.
rock back and forth.
It's great,
And listen
dude.
to the shenanigans.
You're in for a ride tonight.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Hell
We're
yeah.
masters at this.
So
Oh, hold on. Let me drink some of this bottom water.
it's tea. It's, not
It's tea.
water.
But
it looks
The
like
bottom
bottom
water
water.
would be a little darker.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So I'm not very academically inclined. It's really hard for me to learn from a book. I
Yeah.
didn't want to get stuck in Bonham doing manual labor working a ranch because that's what I did all through high school. I worked at Christmas tree farms and ranches,
Oh,
and I
shit.
didn't want to do that the rest of my life. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's join the military, right? And so I went to the Air Force, and they give you like this whole song and dance. And I'm not talking crap about any of the services. This was my experience. So they give you this whole
You can
song
talk
and dance
crap.
about how the Air Force is amazing, right? Okay, cool. You go to the Navy, same deal. You go to the Army, and you get the but wells. Like I want to do this, but well, how about that? But well, because they want to funnel you into like whatever MOS they need filled, right?
Right.
Whatever job they need filled. I went to the Army recruiter. He goes, I see you because there's like 4 recruiters in that building, and I went into the Army or the Marine Corps recruiter. He goes, I saw you talking to the other guys. You can either join or you can't. I don't fucking care. And he walked out, and I'm like, Marines.
That guy.
Like I was the recruiter. See, he'd already made his quota. Like he didn't give a shit. He was like,
No.
yeah, you can join if you wanted or whatever.
That's the exact opposite of what happened to my dad joining
Is
the
it?
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got out of Top Gun and he decided that he wanted to go join the Air Force. The Air Force were like, "No, man, you're too short. You're flat-footed." And he's like, "Oh man, that sucks." He wanted to be a pilot, and so like he's
okay.
walking out, and the Navy guys got his aviators on, is leaning out his door. I was like, "Hey, you want to do stuff with planes?"
That given today's society, that's kind of kinky.
Right.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
like,
It's that kind of podcast.
Yeah, it's everything.
hey, you want a popsicle?
Get in there real good, boy. So went into the Marines, got out of the Marines. fell ass backwards into tactical laser tag, which is the equipment's really cool.
Yeah, that's actually some really cool stuff that he
Yeah,
does with
well,
that.
we'll get
Yeah,
onto
so
that.
I mean, I grew up, not grew up, but the laser tag came out. Well, in my area, I don't know. It was definitely after I got out of the Marines. Mid '90s, I think I first saw it, right?
Yeah.
Or heard of it, and it was just the basic pew pew, little.
Yeah,
It
so
had
it's
a
a
little
vest
sensor.
and like a little
So
space
what is
gun.
tactical laser tag?
So tactical laser tag is, instead of a beam that's about this big around at 5 feet, the beam's about this big around at 5 feet, about the size of a quarter.
So you have to be more accurate.
You have to be accurate, but our technology is flexible. So shout out to Elite Laser Tag Equipment. Now I can make my boss listen to this and write off my gas mileage. Yay!
Hell yeah! Oh, so you're still doing that?
Yeah,
Laser tag.
that's
awesome.
That is my main job. If you get a chance, check it out. Elite Laser Tag Equipment, elasertag.com.
Absolutely.
But we sell them all over the world. I literally just got a repair in today that I've got to finish tomorrow. Oh, fun! From Canada. So we send stuff to Europe all the time. I send the stuff to Australia all the time. China.
Your earlier guest this week,
Which
when
one?
we were so psyched about whenever we were going to go for.
I'm not allowed to name drop that.
That's fair. Very important.
We're just going to say certain magical individuals. But we honestly we do have a lot out there. But so what makes it tactical is that we're narrowing that beam, and the vest isn't a target. We have 3 small targets, so you have 2 here, and then you have 1 in the back of your head, and that's it.
Whoa!
So you're aiming for the head. You're aiming for the head, or you're aiming for the top of the replica, right? And the technology is small enough now where we can actually, if we wanted to, put it in metal replicas. But there's no money in metal replicas with this technology, so we put them in plastic guns. Our current model is mocked after an Uzi with a monolithic suppressor on it.
Oh shit, that's awesome. So these lasers, So I feel like paintball and obviously airsoft, kind of they came from, or the idea came from laser tag. Because I feel like laser tag was, or maybe not. Maybe I got it backwards. But I feel like laser tag was.
Yeah, I don't know the exact history of laser tag.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of them are based on the general principles of the Miles system.
Right.
But I haven't really dug too much into it because I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any formal training or anything. I literally, like I said, I fell ass backwards into this career path, and best mistake I ever made.
Oh yeah, so, dude, it's cool.
Probably have it in the drive.
Yeah, but if you get a chance, laser tag, you can see, you can actually see the rifles there, and anyway, so fell into that, got into airsoft, started playing with the Thompson. For Brian's birthday, he got a 249 saw.
Nice.
And in the Marine Corps, that was my baby. That's who what I was rocking around was the saw. I'm like, hey, let me get can I play with that? And he's like, no, you can't play with it. And then he got a sniper rifle. He's like, now you can play with it.
Nice.
And now his saw, or what's left of it, is my primary. I pretty much gutted it and upgraded it, and to the point of we went to a field in Oklahoma, JTC Tactical, and it's so
great field.
It's not as scary as it sounds, but it's so loud and it's so scary. I guess
it's hilarious.
What's
people
the name
hunt me down?
JTC Tactical. He's talking about how loud
my 249 is.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
so loud and it's so scary now that people will stop what they're doing and go try to find the big loud gun to shoot it.
Oh shit! What'd you do? Put a baffle on it?
That's the only thing I don't have on it yet.
Okay.
It's got a big, huge freaking spring on it. It's got the biggest motor I could slam in it. It's got an 11.1 on there, type bore barrel. It's got the oh man, I've got so much crap to it. I can't even think of it all.
So
now.
you're like running around with like who's that? Airsoft Alphonse?
No,
not the LMG.
Not nearly his level of shenanigans.
His level of shenanigans is fun. I got to play with him at Copperhead and at American Milsim's Copperhead.
Oh, nice.
That was a lot of fun. He does work. He does work.
Yeah, bro.
So it is ever since then I haven't turned back, and it's a lot of fun. But I was at with my previous partner Tim. We were at a Milsim event, what would you call BB Wars of Milsim?
I would call it just a event, like an upgraded.
Yeah, it's a pickup day.
It's not quite a milsim because it doesn't follow all the stricter rules. It's a lot more casual.
Yeah,
and it has a lot more chaos.
So
I found some photos for you.
Okay, we played
You want
that.
to share the screen? You can.
It's on his phone.
Yeah, it's on the cell phone.
Can you play it?
Yeah,
You can show it on there if you.
I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah,
right
see,
here.
it'll come up. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, so those
You
are the
can see
laser
it's a-
guns.
Yeah, so you can see the head sensor in the center there, and then we've got a litany of colors. They're all
Oh, that's
plastic
cool,
polymer
dude.
shells. Yeah.
The red dot sights work.
Yep. And if you don't use the red dot sights, you ain't hitting shit, son.
It's true. I suck at this game.
That's wild,
So,
though, how accurate they can be. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now.
So how far those lasers go? Do you have to set those? Do you have to set the length or something? Or I guess the distance, like how far or how strong the laser is.
What you're changing is the power settings on the IR emitter. So that is changeable in the settings of the replica.
Gotcha.
So we can bring it in or spread it out. We honestly don't know how far it'll shoot right now. I know that I was shooting over 400 feet with it.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is fun to try to shoot 400 feet on a dime.
Yeah, I was gonna say those little sensors.
It's a lot of this until you
Right. It'll pick it up
Just
accurately.
kind of get that circle, maybe do a little serpentine action until you hit it.
That's wild.
But we ran out of measuring. Myself and one of the other employees went to do a range check, and we ran out of range ran out of range, and we ran out of tape measuring tape before we could get to.
Well, I know I know the new lasers. That when we go to these mills, the last Milsim we went to, here in South Carolina, GTI, we're at the campground each night. Friday night, Saturday night. Everyone's got their new lasers on their guns, the green ones or whatever.
Yeah.
They're shining it on the water tower, which is like, 3 football fields away. It's bright as shit, They're not supposed to because the chopper's going on. But those are like
just lights. Yeah.
Those are just lights.
Those aren't IR. That's not infrared.
Oh.
So
okay. So what's the difference?
So infrared
between those green lasers and that?
So infrared, especially during the day, which we can play during the day, will actually disperse in sunlight and get broken up.
Oh, okay.
So infrared, it's a spectrum of light that we with the human eye can't see. Right? We need devices to see it.
Gotcha.
So as it travels through the air and sunlight's hitting it, it starts to break up. Now, the stronger that beam is, right? The stronger that beam is, the more resilient it is to that sunlight breaking it apart.
Okay. Oh, so those lasers you're using on these guns is IR, not just regular laser lights.
Nope, they're not laser lights. They have nothing to do with.
So it won't hurt your eyes, like if you shine it in somebody's face on accident or something.
Nope.
I mean,
that's
if you
wild.
Literally,
I can turn off the muzzle flash.
Put it in somebody's face.
You're talking about the muzzle flash component. There's a muzzle flash component where there's LEDs to give you the light effect.
Actually, that's not what I was referring to, but they actually do have a little flash on it. It's rad.
Yeah, so
pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's so wild. I didn't know that. I thought it was like those laser guns. I thought it was like just like those laser lights. Just the laser. Those laser pointers and all that shit back in the day.
Same, kind of sort of the same concept, but not really.
Right.
It's weird. Science is weird. But anyway,
yeah,
so.
cool,
when you got back, you started doing the laser tag, tactical laser
Yeah,
tag.
I did the tactical laser tag. Went from the Thompson, went to the 249, played at a BB Wars event, and then after we did the BB Wars event, we went to an AMS event. And my buddy Tim and I, after the AMS event, went to eat. Because he lives 5 minutes from my house. We're good friends. And he got back into the sport because I was in the sport with Brian. So we convinced him to play with us, and he played back in like the old Wild West days where like there weren't rules at the field. Oh, you're here. You have a gun. You have something that looks like iPro? You're good.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah.
Day,
no chrono. No chrono.
Seal.
Yeah, no chrono. Just if you were shooting hot, you were shooting hot. No chrono.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's where accidents happen.
That's why we have rules.
Yeah, that's now why we have rules. Is Tim and his wife.
I mean, it would make it more exciting when you go to the field. Like, damn, man, I don't know if somebody's gonna be. You better layer up or something,
I used to have to.
Wear
We
2
did
pairs
the
of
same
underwear.
thing.
You get shot in the nuts
I
at
once wore-
500 FPS.
I once wore an entire tracksuit underneath all my camouflage because, like, I knew that there were going to be some hot guns, and it was once again back in the days where we were playing at ranches and stuff. Sorry,
Right.
I'm picking up something because I want to show you guys something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude.
I'm scared.
Well, you said Wild West, so now I have to pick this up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Show and tell.
It's just a gag. It's just a gag. It's something from Airsoft GI.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Wild West.
The haters.
The haters.
Hell yeah.
They hate us because they ain't us.
He's so much brighter than me. I would have flung it into like the tower.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh.
Smacking you in the face.
When you start spinning it and you actually pull the trigger. You ever see those videos? Guys try to, like real steel guns, and then it goes off.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't do what I did, kid.
That actually brings up an Iraq story. So we're in Al Ramadi, Iraq, and our hooch where we're sleeping, like this is our like forward operating safe space, right?
Right.
Our hooch that we're staying in is maybe like 20 feet away from the EOD hooch, and they've got like some lance corporal or corporal or something, some fresh EOD guy that's in there, right?
Right.
And they had an AT4 disarm earlier that day, which that means is somebody tried to fire an AT4, it didn't go off.
Right.
EOD shows up, said it's a dud, it will not fire. Cool. Lance Corporal Jackass is now in his hut, fucking around with the AT4.
Oh my god.
He's got it between his legs, fucking around with it. Backblast towards the ground.
Oh god.
It goes off. It goes off. Nearly incinerated didn't incinerate, but it burned up his legs pretty good. And it went off. And so we're all running out of our hooch, like out of a comedy. We all have our helmets on, we're all in our underwear running out, trying to figure out rifles in hand. Were we under attack?
This is like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, that's crazy, dude.
So, moral of the story is, kids, don't play with AT4s in a safe space.
Bro. And don't put them between your legs, okay?
Yeah.
Wear proper eye protection while you're at it.
Yeah, no, he had proper credit. He had eye protection on.
How about nut protection? Damn.
Well, I never met the guy. I only heard like how he looked secondhand, but I can imagine. I mean, having fired and being qualified on before, like,
Jesus,
that's gnarly.
I'm just like imagining the uniform being like singed to your skin.
No, he was in his green boys. He was in the green runners.
those
there.
green skivvies, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
flip flops, yeah.
Oh,
one of the guys I just
heart.
talked with, he in the UK, he was so he played this a couple weeks ago. He played it when he went out to play. He had a grenade on his belt. I don't know which kind of grenade, but he went to pull it off to use it, and it kind of broke the fuse, or I guess the fuse came out and stuck on his belt, but the grenade ball came off.
But it's an EG60 or 57.
It's probably an EG67.
It might have been.
Yeah, they're notorious for that.
Yeah.
So then he tried to pull that off, and it pulled the pin out, but it was stuck on his belt or something. It was stuck on his pants, and it went. The fuse went off, so it burned a hole in his pants on his leg, and he was like,
cries.
and he goes, so it was burning my leg, so I dropped my pants, and so it's in the middle of a firefight. He tries to throw the grenade. The grenade breaks. He didn't get shot, but he's in the middle of the field dropping his fucking pants. Oh, it was hilarious, man. I was just
If you just
Drop your pants, pick back up your right hand.
Hey, just go.
I will die by dignity.
So Tim and I were at Texas Road. I can remember exactly how it happened. Tim and I were sitting at Texas Road. I'm sorry. I'm trying to veer us back like off the rabbit trail.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
We're sitting at Texas Roadhouse, and we're like, we could do an event. We could do this better, in our own style. And then we started putting things together. And then a year later, I called him because we had dealings.
You didn't even tell
How
him
did
about
you
how
met?
we met.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, you're skipping ahead.
You skipped the
My
fucking
favorite
bromance and everything.
thing is how we met. That's my favorite thing because you and I have two different stories.
Oh,
one
shit.
you remember
Okay.
and one I remember.
I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
Pepperidge Farm.
Okay, well, I happened first.
Go ahead.
Okay, so There was a while I've taken 2 major breaks from airsoft. Once was late teens, very early 20s, and one was about 2 years ago. Life happens. Sometimes you have to step away and take care of stuff.
Sure.
No, it was about 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only 2. It was 2020
Yeah.
when I got back. So, you just distracted me. You terrible person.
Welcome to the rap.
Horrible.
Bitch. Well,
So
I
you met on
just-
Tinder, and you went on your first
You think it
date.
was Tinder?
Oh,
Do you
Plenty
know
of Fish.
Hot or Not?
Sorry, Plenty of Fish.
No, it was Hot or Not. We brought back that app.
hey, don't say that. Don't.
Back
say that.
I know.
That's how I met my wife. Was hot or not? Bastard.
That's awesome.
Oh, is that still supposed to be a secret?
No, I was calling you bastard anyway. There.
I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
So I'm out there and I'm playing. All my friends are Marines. I'm playing with my childhood friend Cece, who had just got back from the Marines.
Yeah.
And he was convincing me to come out there. We would make once a month trip. And I remember being in this ravine where the creek is. You remember back whenever they actually had a wooden edge of the village and all those brown buildings over at the edge of the city before they got replaced with Connexes.
Yeah.
I'm coming up from the ravine, and there's a couple guys who are hiding in bushes, friendly guys, and I'm coming up, and I have my M4 in my hand, and I'm looking, and I'm seeing these guys out here that just aren't paying attention to us as we're slowly creeping, and I look over to the guy next to me, and I say, "Hey, can you keep an eye on this rifle real fast?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I pull out my pistol real quick, and it's fucking 40 degrees out. It's cold. I go sprinting, and I go, and right inside of a building, pop up. He's down. Pop up. There's a second guy. Next building, pop up. Oh, second guy. Pop up. Pop up. I got 6 of them, and I actually ran out of ammo, but I'm using one of those CO2 1911, so I just pull the safety down, so it keeps on going. So I just put it up to their chest, and they'd still call it because it's that close. It just freaked them out.
Yeah.
Right.
I've done that before.
And then
fire people, and then it's like, yeah, hit.
And then I ran out. I ran out, and I'm walking back to go pick up my gun. And he's like, "Why didn't you just tell me you were going on a suicide rush? I would have come with you." And he pulls out his pistol.
Sounds like something I'd do.
That's funny,
I met him. My first memory of Matt was actually because I was kind of playing dirty. I'm not afraid to admit it. So he was actually taking video of players, and I see him coming around the corner.
That's what my YouTube channel is, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not me playing. I do have videos of that coming up, though, because I'm starting to look into guns and doing some vlogging and stuff. But it's usually of other players. I like to go to events and go to pick up games and film the community because, that's what my channel is really about. It's about the community. I may be a face, but it's about the adventures of everybody in Airsoft.
The pretty one.
Anyways.
So, my first memory of him is he's coming around with his camera rig, filming somebody. And
Was this when I had the shoulder rig, or was it?
No, this is when you had the gimbal.
Okay. No. I didn't have the gimbal until years later. You were talking about the Steadicam.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's in my trunk.
Yeah, get it right, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marine, blow things up. Anyway,
Yeah. It's the thingy that holds the camera, okay?
The guy with the thing in the orange vest, and I saw him coming around. And I'm like, oh, he's filming somebody. I'm just gonna wait here. And the guy came out, and I popped him through the chest, and he was so sad. The guy that I popped was so sad. And then he doesn't want to admit it, but he was a little frustrated because he doesn't like it when people use him to game the game. And I eventually went back and apologized to him later about it. But I'm like, dude, I was just having a rough day. I hadn't gotten anybody all day. I've been got too many times.
It goes against my player's code of conduct.
Yeah.
Play yourself the way you wanted to be played, right?
I didn't have that motto at the time.
Yeah, well, now you do.
That's when I started.
Now you do.
So when I started, I was really, I don't want to say bipolar, but I have high ups, I have high downs, right?
Yeah.
But it's not medically inclined. It's just whatever.
He's a sad boy.
Yeah. But I did get out of the Marines with hyper aggression, and it cost me to lose a lot of jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Airsoft has helped me with that so much, and I eventually got to playing airsoft where I got to the point. And I think just maybe growing up a little bit and maturity came into it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to play airsoft from now on exactly how I want other people to play it.
I've worn off on him.
Yeah. This is how I'm going to play airsoft from now on. And if I get overshot, I get overshot. It sucks. It's a game. If he doesn't want to call a shot, that's fine. I'm going to shoot him again. If he doesn't want to call it, then I'm going to flip it to full and I'm going to shoot him again.
And if he still doesn't call it, not only does that suck for him, but you should just tally it up to your own kill count. And
well, if he doesn't call it, I'm going to find him later with the saw and I'm going to give him some love, and then he'll
keep
call
shooting.
it.
Keep shooting.
Yeah, just keep shooting until he calls it.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, that happened a couple weeks ago. The guy didn't want to call it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I was right there with you.
Guy didn't want to call it. Okay, give him like a 30-second burst on the saw. So for like 30 seconds, and then he finally calls it.
So
Nice.
I usually have further range than Matt does, and so whenever we're playing together, he's always right up front, and I'm about 50 feet behind him. So he's putting people down while I'm maneuvering around and putting them down.
Yeah.
So he's keeping them from getting me, and I'm making sure that they don't get back up.
Doing the saw gunner's job, hurting cats and being loud. That's my job.
Yeah, and he's
Nice.
damn good at it. And so I'm watching this kid. This kid's out in the open. Matt lights him up. Kid walks off and then walks right back. Stands in the same spot. He does not have his dead rag out. He points his gun. Mills
What?
lights him up again.
What?
Guy walks to the side. Does it again. I light him
Oh
up.
my
but
God.
I'm nice about it.
I got 3,500 rounds, bro.
After that, he finally called it.
Jesus.
Like this guy, the stone's
What?
on this kid, man.
I don't
But you know what's
understand.
funny? After that event, because that was like in the second or third game of the day. After that event, we had no more problems with that guy. If he even thought he got hit, he called it. He learned a lesson, and I think that has something to do with like if I get hit, I don't care if I think it's a ricochet. If I don't know for a fact it was a ricochet, I'm hit. If I think I'm hit, I'm hit.
If you have to question it, you should call it.
Yeah, it's that easy. When in doubt, whip
Right.
it out. Pull that dead rag, or your pants down, depending on the British guy.
Right?
Yeah.
We try to be really quick with our dead rag, so much so that we actually have ours clipped underneath our.
Yeah,
chest.
I've got one here. I've got one in my kangaroo, and then I've got a big pouch with like a beach towel. It's like this big by this
Damn.
big.
They're
Yeah.
literally tied to our plate carriers, chest pieces, whatever it is that we have. They're literally tied to them, so we could just and they come up like a like a flag, like hello.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
I'm Dave.
Hi. But
You
anyway,
got me, buddy.
anyway, so we brought him onto the scene because we knew he was good with media. He done, and I'm not going to tell that story because you'll get mad at me. And I don't want you to get mad at me.
The printing?
The smudge.
Oh no, you can tell that.
Oh, I can tell the
It's-
smudge.
The smudge story is honestly, it's funny because you guys never found it.
We still can't find it.
Yeah,
Um,
it was only on the one print though.
So we were friends, and this is before we started the Airsoft Event Company. We were friends, and
we really started becoming friends because he decided that him and his entire team were going to dress up in Hawaiian shirts and embarrass
the front of Airsoft GI.
which
GI
was
Dave.
Dave at the time.
Yeah, and that whole thing was funny because Dave tested Tim's willingness to embarrass somebody.
And all of a sudden he shows up with the coconut bra.
Yeah, so Tim says, "Hey, if I wear purple and green tiger stripe pants to BB Wars, and my whole team wears Hawaiian shirts, will you put on a coconut bra?" And Dave says, "Don't threaten me with a good time." So Tim immediately whips out his phone, goes to Amazon, gets a coconut bra,
You do not test Tim.
flips the page over, goes to another website, gets this team logo on little pasties, puts it on the nipple of the coconut bra,
Holy shit.
flips to another page, buys an ammo box to put said coconut bra in on some padding so it's nice and presentable.
And this is when they grabbed me.
So I grabbed him and I said, "Hey, I need to get a team picture, and also we're going to do this thing to Dave because he was at the time doing the GI stuff.
Yeah.
You were doing the GI videos.
Well, no. That was entirely for me. That actually was not
that's
associated with GI, but Airsoft GI allowed me to do it for my channel.
Yeah, but we knew that you were good with GI, so I was like, "Hey, I grabbed him to make sure he got this."
I have to say that
professionally
that video is not associated with Airsoft GI, but it also is, but it also isn't.
That's fine. But you were doing those videos. That's why, that's why we grabbed him. And so
Inception.
So he did this whole thing, and he got he did the whole thing. He got the video of Dave putting on the coconut bra begrudgingly. He was not happy.
It's on one of my Baby Wars videos.
He was not happy. He was going to try to talk his way out of it, but you had about 100 people
No,
there.
he couldn't.
There was no way out of this.
I'm gonna see if I can remember which video it is, but
So,
keep going.
Anyway, so shortly thereafter, I grabbed Matt and say, "Hey, all of our teams here for the first time ever. Can you get a team photo?" And he took the team photo. I'm like, "All right, cool. Get with me after the event. I'm gonna make sure I pay you for it because it's your profession, right?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So I paid for 4 photos?
I wanted to
4.
say 5.
4 or
but
5
it might have
photos.
been 4.
He ends up giving me 20 because there was a smudge.
It wasn't 20,
I still have copies I need to get rid of.
but it
From a
wasn't.
picture too, like
20.
2-3 years
It
ago.
was not 20.
So I guess there was a smudge on the printer, right, or something on the print. And so he printed out another one and another one and another because he's such a professional. He wanted to make sure it was perfect.
Sure.
And so he walks up with this stack of photos, and I paid for 5.
I was mad.
Now, what were these, like
so
8x10s or what?
Yeah, they were just 8
or
by
just
10s,
a regular?
it was just 8x10s. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
I gave you my extra paper cutter too.
Yes, you did, and I still have.
Yeah, I had it. He was like, "Man, it's just cutting these by hand sucks." I'm like, "I got a paper cutter you can have. I got an extra one."
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of D&D, so I have like a bunch of this kind of weird, like, paper craft stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's the smudge story. So, but
That's
I still
wild.
to this day can't find the smudge, and he insists there's a smudge.
There is
on that picture.
So when you got the pictures, you're looking for the smudge because he said there's one on there, and you can't
Yeah,
find
they
it.
look fine to me.
They look
literally
fine.
At my D&D table, which was most of our airsoft team, we literally, like, all 8 of us sat around this thing for like an hour trying to find the smudge, like it's some kind of weird Where's Waldo thing, and nobody can find it.
You need one of those magnifying glass that you roll across the.
Oh, the jeweler's loop, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I give up on finding this video. I don't think it's.
Anyway,
Well-
I say as I continue searching for the
yeah,
video.
so I knew him. I knew about his. I knew about his quest for excellence and all that from that. So we're like, all right, cool. We're gonna need to do some kind of like video and photo media. Let's get Matt Black with Black Wolf on this. I'm sure he'll jump on it, and he did. He jumped on it, and ever since then, he's been instrumental to the success of Vanguard Airsoft Events. So, and it has been. We've grown so much. Our first event, we had I think 100, or 120, 130 players.
That's your math. I don't care about that.
Yeah. The next event we had just shy of 200, and this last one we had 250 players.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah, so we're getting up there.
So there's Vanguard Airsoft Events, right?
Yes, that's our business together.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
I don't think
what
I knew.
I was trying to reach out to you guys or to
Yeah.
to you about was in the face of Vanguard Airsoft Events.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant whenever I was reaching out.
I'm the
Yeah,
gremlin
yeah.
in the background.
Yeah, I've taken over all the social media stuff for them, and it's
Okay.
all kind of new for me. So my communication skills need to work.
Now, Black Wolf Videos is its own channel, but all of our content is supported by Black Wolf Videos.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's been a lot.
Yeah,
of
see, I
decent
didn't
content
know,
because we're demanding.
Yeah.
I've seen that name, that Vanguard Airsoft thing. I guess probably from from speaking with you or chatting with you. But it was I'm talking with so many people, and each week, like, messaging. I'm like, wait, who was? Oh yeah, this is the guy that's connected with this, or he has this. Like, I get confused. So I might have seen that Vanguard on there, but I just went by your. I usually go by your your Instagram handle or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any Instagram, anything. I
Gotcha.
abhor social media. I have a Facebook just because my wife made me get one.
One
Yeah.
single personal Facebook page, and that is it.
That's it. Go look for me online. You ain't gonna find me.
Nope.
And it's not because I hate the government from crazy. Like I
Right.
don't want to keep up with all that.
Yeah.
And I'm old school. Like you want to talk to me? I have this. Call me. I'll pick up.
Yeah.
If you just want to send me something funny, send me a text. I'll see it when I get around to it.
It's
I'm gonna
funny
bring back
that I haven't
old
seen
school
yet.
handwritten letters, bro. Okay. I'm gonna bring.
I do
that
those
back.
still. I do
Yeah,
those
yeah.
still.
do
I sit
too.
down after
Yeah.
Christmas, and
Well, no, I
I
don't
still
do
do
that,
that.
but I do send a letter to people I've talked with or whatever, or somebody that, yeah, hell yeah,
But yeah, it was I'm I act a lot older than I am. I'm an old school guy,
Yeah.
But that, and I just honestly, I don't have time to learn all that stuff, and he's already doing it, and
Wait a
it
minute.
works so much better.
I do have a video with one first-person shot in it.
Look at that.
It's my very first one. I thought I got rid of this.
So
anyway,
you
yeah,
guys, now how did you go from, so you met on the field, you guys met on the field, that first game, the first time you guys met, and then you just started seeing each other more and more at the field as you guys were playing, and just built a friendship?
It went like this. You're my friend now, and that was it.
That's literally what happened. And I picked him up and I started walking in my car with him. I shit you not. That's exactly what happened. I have this nasty habit of claiming things. So
Jesus.
On our airsoft team, I don't tell them the fluffy story because it's funny. So we're at a Milsim event and we're setting up our camping tents and stuff like that, right?
Is this the one where?
No, this is the one where I claimed.
Oh, that was Titan. That's right.
That was Titan.
That was Titan.
That's another funny story.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and my buddy Tim and I don't do anything halfway. If we're gonna do something, it's all the way or no way. So
No such thing as a half-ass badass.
Nope. We've got like 2-3
Trademark.
we've got 3 grills, charcoal grills going because we're feeding like 15 people, right? And we're doing chicken and beans and all this stuff. So we're doing a full meal. And we look about 10 feet in front of us, and there's another guy that's on our team, right? He's in our squad, assigned to our squad, sitting there on like a small like director's camping chair, eating one of the snackable sized Lunchables like this.
Yeah.
Like a freaking, and he's like twice my size. He's a big guy. And I'm like, what are you doing over there?
Dragon's Lance.
Was it?
Found it.
Okay. So he's sitting there eating this little Lunchable. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, this is what I brought to you. No, we got extra. Come on over here. And we got to talking to the guy. And we have all of our gear in crates. And in all the crates, we have these.
There it is. I found it.
All right.
I found the coconut bra.
Time out.
I found it.
Can you
Okay.
make it full screen for the world?
It's at the 4-minute 26-second mark of BB Wars Operation Dragon's Lance Part 1 of 2.
Good Lord, that's
That
a
is-
long title.
Yeah, I know. And that's not my fault. That's Airsoft GI. They chose the long Operation.
Can you put it
Dragon's
in
Lance.
landscape and just like hold it up?
Yeah,
Can we just ghetto this shit?
I guess we could ghetto this.
They're gonna go back and watch
Why
it.
not? Let's see it.
People are gonna do this thing.
Let me
Let's see
see. Okay, there's Joe. And there's the big crate. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, let's check it out.
There's me. There's the crate. Let's doing the what's in the box.
Right?
Yeah. There's
It's like-
Dave.
It's like Indiana Jones.
Yep.
There's Tim. There's everybody else.
There's the rest of the team in blue Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, and Tim took notes. He's got a little notepad. He's like, just to be safe, I took notes on our conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, I don't
Nice.
remember any of
You
this.
see the oh shit face?
This never
he's trying
happened.
to
Uh,
get out of this. Yeah. Trying to work his way out. And there it is.
Oh, shit. Oh, the presentation is great, though, too.
We don't do anything half-assed.
No.
Right.
It's all the way or no way, my friend.
Mhm. We may move fast,
I might be
but
old
we
and
don't
fat.
move half-assed.
I might be old and fat, but I'll get there. Don't worry.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
See, he's like not even helping us.
He's
put
not,
his
he
on.
don't know. He's like, no. He's like, no way, dude. No way.
And Dave, if you're watching this, much love, dude.
Oh, I'm sending this to Dave.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna mark where it is whenever this comes out. I'm gonna send it to him.
Oh,
Be
my
like, hey,
God. This
remember
is awesome. Holy shit.
Oh.
And that was the video segment. For those of you listening on not on the YouTubes, you should go watch on YouTube now and subscribe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, what video is that again? So
that
where do people
is-
find that video? Because I'm going to tag it in here.
That
I'll
is
put a link.
BB Wars Operation Dragonlance, Part 1 of 2.
You might,
That is an old video that does not represent my current style. Just a heads up. That's
Hashtag
not how I
evolved.
do things now. Yes, actually, in the last 2 years, I have evolved significantly. A lot of it has been practice with Vanguard Airsoft Events and
So-
how they do interactive cutscenes. So what you do on the battlefield, like if you
we do integrate. You are part of we now.
so if the players accomplish XYZ mission, it can change one of our cutscenes that we release at the end, or change how the story goes into the next one. So like right now, our factions have completely changed because we had 3 wins from one side, and so we've completely nullified the old faction, and we are building it again from ground up.
Well, we haven't nullified them. They're just not a threat right now.
Yeah, they're asleep.
They're taking a nap.
Yeah, they're doing a small.
They may or may not come back. It depends on how the coin flips go.
That's true.
All right, I'm going back to my fluffy story because I'm almost right there. Right at the good part. So we caught this guy eating this little thing. He's eating with us. We get to talking to him. And on all of our crates, we have laminated things that say property of Vanguard Airsoft team. Right? So I rip one off one of my things. I put some duct tape on it. I walk up and I slap it on his back. He goes, what did he just put on my back? And I guess, you're ours now. And I just walked away. And then our medic, Amanda, she's like, yeah, he just claims people. You're not going to get out of this.
That's how it goes. That's the kind of energy I like in my life, man.
And Fluffy
Right?
is just, and Fluffy has been a friend ever since.
Yeah.
You're like that character on that. You're like that character on that Bugs Bunny cartoon. You know, the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where that big giant character that's like walks around. He grabs Bugs Bunny. He's like, "You, I'm gonna hold you and
nice buddy.
I love you."
Except I'm like the smallest guy on the airsoft field. So, like, if you look at any of our photos, I'm the shortest person. Except Squirrel. But he's a kid.
Well, Bill too.
Bill, but he's not in all of them. He only makes. Well, no, he's been making more lately.
Yeah, I mean, he made it to the last one.
But all my friends are like 5'10" plus, and I'm over here like 5'5".
oh shit, okay, yeah. Well, on your
Honey Badger's listening to this and laughing at like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
no shit, right? Literally a foot taller.
He's giant. He's just woo.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure my right leg is about as heavy as he is. So
I don't know, man.
I saw on your Instagram your what did it say on there? The smallest guy in the gym or something like that.
That's my personal Instagram. Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The story with that is I grew up as a very small kid. Was made fun of a lot in high school.
Yes.
Successful.
Dude, bring back the old school bullying, man. I love it.
No. I mean, it worked eventually, but I did it like all for myself. I didn't change until after high school. During high school, it was like my big FU was saying exactly who I am. Like, you told me to do something, I wouldn't do it because of how you're telling me to do something.
Of course.
Like, ask me to do something nicely. If you're not rude to me, I'm like your best friend in the world. You get rude to me, I'm like,
I'm paranoid about being rude to people.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like I'm in your face. I don't care half the time what I say, but if I in retrospect, I think I'm rude to you, the apology train will start and it won't stop until you say I accept the apology. I am relentless. I think I did that to you one time because I said something.
I don't remember.
That was on the verge, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just stop calling me. It's okay.
I literally don't remember at
Nice.
all. But I was made fun of a lot for being like I was a really skinny kid. I was a very active kid, but I was really skinny. So after high school, my sister married this guy named Jeff. He's a really great guy, and he plus the late Jason David Frank.
Tier.
That's actually a big deal for me. He was an idol for me growing up, and even in my adulthood,
I enjoyed Power Rangers, but I never got into it, so I couldn't.
Dude, that was crazy.
Was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was wild to see. Yeah. Okay.
Well, between that and the Green Ranger committing tax fraud,
that was
the Red Ranger committing tax fraud. A lot of Dallas.
Actually, funny story. He ended up in the bottom. He ended up in the bottom police.
That's Bonham's claim to fame is there's a prison there.
Yeah, that's what's keeping Bonham's economy alive. It used to be a train town, and it used to be projected to be bigger than Dallas but then highway systems were created.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so made fun of high school. Sister married this guy named Jeff. Jeff is awesome. He's a really good dude, and I don't think my sister could have married anybody better. Honestly, like I love the guy. He's a great dude. And he was the reverse of me. He was always a bigger guy, but he was also very active. He was very fit. He was actually one of the fastest people on the football team, and he pushed himself hard every single day. Well, they ended up having to move in with us because, young couple things can be tough. And we converted the garage into a gym. And so we all just started working out consistently, quickly. I started at 135 pounds. Yeah. I'm comfortably sitting at 200 pounds today.
Damn.
And there was such a significant change in those first 2 years. I've been over 180 pounds for the last 3-ish years, which is a big deal for me.
Gotcha.
At that point.
And yeah. By the way, just so you know, every time you post you being at the gym, my wife wants to know why I'm not going to the gym.
Good, I'm going to post more.
And I have to remind her that I'm not a gym person.
I'm going to post more. So
the round is a shape, damn it. I am in a nice round shape.
The whole point of the name, the smallest guy in the gym, is so like no matter what happens, I always remember, I was once that small guy.
Sure.
No matter how big my ego may get, I can always look at myself and like humble myself by going, yeah, that's right. I weighed 135 pounds once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's the story.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's kind of background in how we met and got, business together. My previous partner Tim, he's a serial entrepreneur. His other businesses were taken off. He really didn't have time to devote the time he wanted to devote to airsoft and the event side of our airsoft team. So Matt was a natural fit to take over.
So Matt,
I don't want to do it.
Oh,
I didn't want to do it all by myself. So
it's happening.
It happened. Shit. I was trying not to do it.
No. We have this running joke at the airsoft field. If you yell Matt, at least 5 of us will answer you.
No, it's happened.
Yeah,
it has legitimately happened. My cousin came down to play airsoft for the first time. She lives in Oklahoma. She came down to play. And she didn't believe me when I told her that joke. So we got there, and it's like 8 a.m. There's only like 20 people there. And she literally turns and yells, Matt. And 5 people's like, what's up?
Oh, I found a new one. A new one tried to add me on Facebook today.
You never gave me my birthday present that I asked for.
I tried.
You tried?
I tried. So remember, I had to go to remember?
Yeah. So I told him for my birthday last year what I wanted a thing where like somebody, like there's 2 guys talking, 2 Matts talking. And then somebody yells Matt, and then like a bunch of people like in a cartoon start popping up like, hey, what's up? What you need? What's up? Because we do know so many Matts.
Awesome.
I never used to know that many Matts. I had let's see. Well, with you two now, I've got 7 or more Matt guys named Matt that have been on here. I'm like, holy shit! I knew like one Matt before that.
8 and 9 right here, buddy.
and we're going to introduce him to Infidel, and then we're going to introduce him to Martinez. So there will be another 2 at least. I'm not close with the other Matts that I know from the field.
Yeah, so I'm just met him in passing. I'm not going to name drop him, but I just in passing. Infidel, I love Infidel to death, but I have a feeling like he would be like so camera shy.
Oh, he's like, okay, so Infidel he's a really good friend and a really solid member of our community. Sometimes he's a party host up at the field. He takes care of the people around him. He's such a solid guy. And he's like actually insanely charismatic, and he looks like the Connor operator skin from Modern Warfare 2.
He's one of those guys where he's super charismatic. But it's like he'd be so like he is after he gets to know you, he warms up,
Yeah. Like he is kind of on the shy side. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't like he hung out with me, but he really didn't talk to me until he got to know me better. And now like he's like, hey, what's up, Crixus?
Yeah.
Come over and talk to me like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is him. He always tries to take a serious photo, and I always get a candid photo of him. There's nothing I can do about it. nothing he can do about it. So this is him
Oh, nice.
pretending to be Connor from Call of Duty. Actually, ironically, that's actually his normal loadout, even with the beret.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's just like,
Yeah, he's one of those
Okay.
guys. He likes to be in like all period kit on a pickup day.
yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
loves
cool.
that stuff.
Yeah.
I met him because he used to say some stuff on the field, and it would just crack me up. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, D14's got it's got such a colorful and a solid community.
So many different people that are they're like characters from a sitcom. They really are.
We could literally shoot an entire season of Trailer Park Boys just with the people at D14.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Dallas would be
Who's Bubbles?
Hey, how did that get here?
You need thicker glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could do it. Well, with my iPro on.
Oh,
My
yeah.
old iPro. So, all right. So, I don't know if you wear eyeglasses or not. Like, for people like me, like that are blinder than a death bat in a windstorm without them, like it's super hard to get iPro, right? To get prescription iPro. So for a long time, I had these ungodly big goggles that were like this big on my face, like half my forehead, like most of my nose.
I've seen those. Right.
Yeah, and they had a little fan on it, and I thought it was cool. Couldn't wear a hat because the goggles were too big. Until I saw Matt's pictures and looked like a dork, and I was like, I gotta find a better solution. ESS crossbows. I'm saying this now. ESS, if you wear glasses, ESS crossbows. So they have. I wish I had them with me. So they actually have the RX kit that goes on the nose piece, right? Like our military glasses used to do. I don't know if you had them when you were in. We didn't have any of that shit when I was in. I mean, we had glasses. We had the BC glasses, right? Yeah.
Birth control glasses, but we never.
Have you not seen them? Have you not? He doesn't know about BCs.
Oh, that style's coming back for some reason.
Glasses.
No, I know what they are. I'm laughing because I haven't heard it since my dad said it.
Yeah.
7-8 years ago.
Well, I didn't need glasses until after I got out because my nights I started losing my vision because I was doing night security, and apparently getting blinded by high beams of semi trucks on the highway will do damage to your eyes at midnight.
Yeah.
Anyway, so. The RX insert, it sits on it's a pair of glasses that actually just the lenses, and they sit on the nose piece of like Oakley's, ESS, stuff like that, right?
Really?
And they're made for shooters, yeah. Now, if you try to use the M frames that with their Helo kit for the full seal for airsoft, you can't fit both. You can do one or the other. You can't do both.
Gotcha.
Crossbows have a sealing kit that goes around the glasses so that you can use both.
Oh shit!
Aren't they actually owned by the same company? Doesn't Oakley own ESS?
ESS is the Walmart brand of Oakley's.
No kidding.
So
that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So my RX.
I mean, it's cool to know.
Yeah. Despite my prescription, the insert and the glasses only cost me $60.
That ain't bad.
No. The prescription cost me $120 to get the prescription in the glasses.
My Oakley's cost me $120.
The M frames, yeah, so did mine. I have two sets of Oakleys. And Tegan owes me a pair of crossbows. Tegan, where are my crossbows? You bastard.
His birthday was this weekend. I'm going to send it to him and be like, happy birthday.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm calling you out. I know you have them. Where are they at? Yeah, my buddy Tegan, we were playing a night game, and I always take extra everything. How often do you not need
one
need
is
something?
done, two is one.
Yeah, and then
It's
I bring a
either you or
third
Tyson.
because I always bring a third because one of you fuckers is going to forget something, and I have to have it. So Tegan didn't have any night iPro. We were going to a night game for that particular day. He was man, I don't.
He had his shades.
Yeah, I'm like, do you need a pair of iPro for night? I've got clear lenses in the car. I got a spare pair of Oakley M frames with the gasket. Yeah, come on, I got you. Make sure I get them back. He ends up leaving early. He puts them on the bumper of my Jeep in a parking lot while everybody's on the field.
Oh shit!
So guess what? Weren't there 2 hours later?
Exactly.
My $100 pair of Oakley's glasses.
Yep.
And I immediately called him. He's like, you never got your glasses, did you? I'm like, no. He's like, I got halfway home and I realized what I had done.
He once left his in the backseat of my car, and he didn't find them for like 6 days.
What, mine or?
No, his own.
Oh.
Like way back whenever I filmed that original short film, Broke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that weekend he left his Oakleys in my car. And, like, I'm cleaning out my car for the first time in like months because I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go see my girlfriend. You know, she's been asking me to clean out my car, so I guess I'm gonna do that. And I find his Oakleys, and I'm like, who the hell's are these?
You know, that's
It's like I had no idea what Oakleys were.
that
like,
matches. I mean, he is in the National Guard, so that all kind of just flows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get into video stuff, photography, and all that kind of shit? Did you study, go to school for it, or how'd you get interested in it?
On accident.
Yeah.
So, back to high school. My senior year, I moved to California. Terrible idea. Changed my life forever. Actually, in a lot of good ways, it changed my life forever. But
yeah,
also a terrible idea.
Where'd you move to?
Visit.
What part of California?
Quick question. Do you have a bag of salad or lettuce or most any kind of produce in your fridge?
Yeah.
Have you ever checked to see where that comes from?
No.
90% of the time it's going to come from this small, tiny little town in the Bay Area of California called Salinas.
Oh, shit.
Has a crime rate similar to that of New York City.
Damn.
And is almost an eighth of the size.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Oh, you know, drugs, trafficking.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Drug trafficking, you know, sometimes to mix it up.
Like no shit. Outside my apartment complex. First time I invited my friend over, Quentin, and Quentin came from a good neighborhood. We're driving up to my apartment complex, and he's like, you know, I'm really worried about this. Like, this is the sketchy part of town. We pull up, and there's a guy outside my gate, and he's clearly slinging. And like we see a deal happen, like right in front of us, and Quentin's mom's in the front and is like, hell no, just pulled out of there. So we moved to this town where shootings are happening all the time. The hotel up the road gets held up with a hostage situation. There was a school shooting actually while we were going there. Well, technically it was actually just a lockdown.
Okay.
Basically, some dude got into a firefight with the cops at the school.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
During that time, when that lockdown was happening, I was in this class, a class that they just threw me into because I had to get into school late. We came in during the summer, so they were just throwing me in whatever open classes there were. It was TV, audio, and film. At this point, I only just kind of like movies. My favorite show that was coming on was Arrow, back when that was good.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay.
Back when it was good.
I didn't watch it. My son, one of my sons got into. He loved it, and that's the only reason I knew about it.
Oh, the first 2 seasons are really, really good, but that's an entirely different tangent. I don't want to go down that road. I could talk about that for days. Anyways, so I'm thrown into this class, and I really don't have much of an interest. But my mom has had this huge interest in cameras and photography for a while, and she was out there all the time taking pictures in the Bay. Very beautiful place. Like she has pictures of one of the ships from the Pirates of the Caribbean that came and visited. It was the Intrepid. The ship that was the place of the Intrepid. She has a photo of that, and it's gorgeous. So she was out there playing with cameras all the time, and I was stuck here, and I'm a theater kid. So like the video part, I got to play over with my theater stuff. I got to use a bunch of cameras, and it just started to really interest me. And I was like, oh man, this is some really cool stuff. Not professor, I'm not in college. My
teacher.
Yeah, my teacher at the time he was brilliant. He was great. Mr. Ramirez, if you ever see this, I don't think you ever will, but like Matthew remembers you and thinks of you fondly, and like, I had some of the best times.
This Matthew, I don't know.
Man, I don't care about you guys. So yeah, that's when I got introduced to videography and just like film in general. And then photography came later when I was working as a convenience store clerk. Oh, miserable years. But that's how Jared and I became good friends.
Jared, by the way, will listen to this. And Jared, you were awesome.
Yeah, we love Jared.
Nice.
He's amazing.
This has been my philosophy, and I think it holds true. Anybody that can rock a bowler
hat
as good as Jared is just a generally good guy. Like,
well, he straight up looks like a different, like an alternate version of Walter White.
He does. He does. And his personality changes when he puts it on too.
I'm gonna pull up his photo while I to talk.
Like I've got to use losing it anyway, but I've got to do ball caps. I can't really do any other kind of hat. I look goofy.
Yeah, here he is.
Oh my God, he does.
He just rocks a bowler cap.
Yeah.
I told him after I took that photo.
Yeah, those glasses too make it look like.
Yeah. See,
no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jelly now because I wish I could rock a bowler.
Dude,
cap.
I wish I could. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to buy drugs from him or be his friend.
You're gonna have to do both.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll end up. So I was working at a convenience store, and that's where my best friend and I like really became close. Like we'd known each other for a long time. He'd been my neighbor since I was 12, and he'd been a friend of mine since we were that young. But like we got really close while we were working there. And there was this guy who kept coming in, always dressed really well. He had this jacket, like he had this like California Hollywood vibe going on.
Yeah.
And eventually, I'm just like, I see you come in here all the time. What do you do? And he's like, well, I'm a photographer. And I go, well, I know my way around camera if you want to teach me sometime. And next thing I know, he walks in and he's like, hey, what are you doing next Saturday? And then all of a sudden, I'm working for a photography company that caters mostly to high schools. So like that's where I learned my basics. And then I go to college and I take one class, and that's whenever I start actually getting creative, and it doesn't feel like it's sit down, smile, leave, sit down, smile, leave. I get the chance to be creative. And now my 9-to-5 job is still it's a portrait studio that caters to school, but the way that he does things, he has to be creative. If he's not creative, he doesn't want to do the project.
Right.
So like I love who I work with. I love his method, and I also love his ethics. And that's how I got into photography.
Right.
I'm technically a professional photographer, and the videography stuff. Well, technically, I'm still a professional videographer. I just do more photography lately.
Okay.
And I got into
for the next like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
We start videos for Vanguard again. Goodbye for time. If you just say goodbye.
I got into videography thanks to my smallest guy in the gym Instagram, though. While I was going to the gym, I met these twins, the Jabais, Hussein and Ahmed. Really awesome guys. They still are. They're huge.
Yeah.
One of them went into the medical field, I believe, and Hussein went into the tactical field. But while Hussein was doing his college, he was going to the gym, and he ran into this other guy named Daniel Stein. And this is why I do what I do. This one man is the reason why I got into doing what I do. He got me to really believe in myself and to really push myself. Daniel Stein is the owner of a company called Special Strong. Special Strong works with people who have special needs and needs special attention, both in the gym and out of the gym. The whole point is to help coach them into having an abundant life, to show them that they are not limited. That's the whole point of what they're doing, is to like really expand them beyond what they would be able to do without the extra coaching, without that extra help. They want to give them that extra attention, and they do an absolutely amazing, fantastic job. Like I can't describe it and do it justice, but the stuff that I've seen him do for his clients has been absolutely insane. He took one kid who his name's Brandon. He didn't walk without his walker for 8 years.
Wow.
And he got him to walk, and I've seen the kid run now.
What?
Yeah. Like it's incredible. It's a small, short little video, and Brandon is such a cool kid.
Now he helped this kid walk by doing like physical therapy with him.
A little more than physical therapy because he also does strength training as well.
Right.
There's this other guy, Robert. He's no longer a kid. Oh man, it's so cool seeing my photos on his website. He's no longer a kid, but the guy is strong. Like he's strong, he's coordinated, just wow. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna show the video real fast of this kid because it's just that amazing. Oh, come on. Maybe I won't be showing the video. But what he does is amazing. And the point of bringing him up is the Jabais knew him. They know him. They worked with him. And he was looking for a videographer. And I was tagged in his Facebook post looking for a videographer. And Hussein just had great things to say about me because I helped him while he was building his by doing a yoga video. And like I was just testing. So like I was like, yeah, I'll do it all for like $50, completely low balling because I was just testing and practicing.
Right.
So Daniel gives me a call and was like, okay, hey, so like what's your price? And I give him my price, and my price was insanely low. He's like, Matthew, why is it so low? And I was like, because I'm really only doing this to make sure that I have some like extra money on the side so I can take my girlfriend out on dates and stuff. And he goes, Matthew, I'm not going to let you do this to yourself. How about this? I'm going to pay you this amount an hour. And I hit the floor, and he goes, you are providing a service. You have a skill, something that I don't have. And should be at least worth this for your time.
Right.
And ever since then, I looked at myself and what I do completely differently.
Gotcha.
He has been an absolute inspiration. Here's the video. This is
This looks so familiar. I swear I've seen this.
Dude, this video went viral. That's probably why.
Okay. No, this is the guy you said that couldn't walk?
Yeah, this is the guy who couldn't walk without his walker. Notice he already doesn't have it. That's because Daniel is walking with it right now in this video. He walked away with it. This is the kind of pushing that he does. Like, he's still there. If he's not 1010% sure, he will not do it, but he will get you there.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. And this kid can run now.
That's
not
crazy.
completely unassisted from the last time I saw him, but it's still absolutely insane. And it's because of this guy that I got into videography.
No kidding.
Yeah. So before it was just for fun, and this guy, he gave it a purpose. So running into him, real blessing.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Now, you were already playing Airsoft when you got into this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. I actually met Matt shortly before that video, shortly before I started working with Daniel.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we played a little bit here and there. I kind of attract people when I play because I'm the guy yelling at everybody.
And I'm the other guy yelling at everybody?
Yeah, you faded slowly. Yeah.
No, I started off that way. What are you talking about?
You were quiet when you were around me first. The last event.
Because you were the one doing it first. If you're doing it, I'm not also going to do it. That's a bad idea.
At the last time we were playing together at D14, like 2-3 weeks ago, I'm on this side because we're setting up a fire line trying to push up the field. I'm on this side yelling at people to just move forward because Airsoft players, particularly young players, like hunker down and they freeze.
Yeah.
They don't keep pushing. They stop pushing. So I'm over here yelling at him, and Matt's on the other flank yelling at him.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, this bow happens in the middle, and Matt and I start both like moving into the middle to yell at him, and then we're like, "Are you me? You what?"
Yep. And then
Yeah. who's gonna yell at him? Like, my favorite thing to yell is if you have to think you're waiting too long. Yeah, if you have to
You're
think, you're
overthinking
waiting too
it.
long.
Right.
Push. Don't.
Right.
Because what'll happen, and I know that you played limited airsoft. Am I correct? Like you watch a lot of videos, you talk to people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've handled the guns, but I've not played on the field with these guys. I played paintball.
Okay.
So
unless you're like with a group that has like military or tactical training, what a lot of these guys will do is they'll stack up because they've seen it in a movie, right?
Right.
And that's it.
And then there'll be another person stacking up, and then you'll get like a stack like 12 people long, and nobody's moving.
And then
Exactly.
the one speed softer that came to the Milsim field wiped out.
Yeah. So
That's where Honey Badger comes into play.
Yeah.
Right there.
What I've gotten in the habit of doing when I see what's happening is I walk up on it and I come right behind the first guy in the stack and I just kind of grab him by the gear and just push him around the corner.
Nice.
And then the whole stack moves.
In like a friendly way. He's
Yeah,
not like just like
no, I'm not like
a kid.
I'm not like yeet. Oh, I do have a yeet story though.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but that reminded me of the yeet story. But yeah, I was kind of like, no, move. And because what'll happen is, for those that don't know, I mean, you're listening to an airsoft podcast, and I imagine most people know, but somebody might not. When you're stacked up on that corner like that, if you're waiting and you just keep peeking, all you're doing is giving the enemy time to set up on you.
Yeah, you're just telegraphing your moves, bro. Like,
yeah.
Here he goes. We'll just wait right there. He's going to stick his head out again because he's done it 10 times in a row in the same spot, in the same rhythm.
And that's where Solotron Airsoft takes you out.
Yeah. So when you come around that corner, you've got time for maybe a peek. Right. After that, it's go or leave. Those are your two options. Keeping peeking, just hurting. And then people will stack up on you. Now you got 12 people in the same position you're in because you're the point guy and you're not moving.
And they don't move unless somebody else moves first.
When we first started doing the so our YouTube channel, we mostly did unboxings and reviews when we first started it. And then yeah, dude. And then
on a YouTube channel.
We did.
You vicariously have one through me, you know this.
Very few gameplay videos. Well, when they would bring their GoPros back from their event, you know, my two sons and their friend, they would, you know, I would get all the videos and I'm looking, and the first one, I'm seeing this happen through their GoPros, all the different angles, and they're all standing by each other on this whatever behind this thing, and I'm going, what the fuck? Why are you on each other's asses, bro? What are you doing? And they would just stand there. And I'm like,
that much, man.
What are you doing? Like, somebody's going to toss a grenade and take your whole fucking team out. What is going on? So I bring them in here to teach them tactics from their videos. I'm like, hey, you know, it's like the football coach, you know, football practice. Yeah. Like, hey, we're watching film today. Come here.
You gotta run tape.
Come here. Look how stupid you are. What are you doing? And they're like, just shut up. We don't know yet. We don't, you know, this is when they first started. And so they did learn really quickly because they would get wiped like that, like what you're talking about.
I'll go out there with a GoPro. I call it the derp helmet.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
When I work up, because it is the ugliest thing, but it works.
Yeah.
It works. And that's function over fashion. It works. I don't care.
Airsoft is 90% fashion.
No.
Right.
5% playing, another 5% walking back to spawn.
I got to get my steps in, bro. But I'll do that just so I can see where I screwed. Like, I'll watch my own GoPro video just so I can see where I mess up. And then if something really funny happens, I'll toss in the SD card.
Right now, we're working on an unboxing video from Airsoft GI. I have like 4 of them coming out.
Nice.
I'm half tempted to go grab one right now and just be like, look, this is what I got. That counts as my Airsoft unboxing video.
We had the first unboxing podcast just like a month ago with Phantom of the Airsoft.
Oh, there you
Phantom
go.
of the Airsoft is his YouTube channel, and he asked me beforehand, "Hey, I got this mystery box. You want to do it on the podcast?"
I just got it, and I was
that's cool.
I just picked this up this morning, and I was like really confused.
You shouldn't.
I know. I was like really confused whenever I got it because I got it from my parents' house, and I always ship everything from Airsoft GI to the field because they have.
Who's Airsoft Gi?
Yeah, who is Airsoft Gi?
Who's Airsoft Gi?
So like I opened it and I had a little quick peek in it, and I was like, That's from Daddy Cisco. And you can tell it's from Daddy Cisco.
Shout out Airsoft GI and shout out Cisco, man, for real.
Daddy Cisco.
If he ever gets time, I'll tell him to reach out to you. That would be a hell of an interview.
And this is why I knew it was Daddy Cisco, because he loves his shorty hand grips.
Oh, nice.
This is how I knew. That little guy right there.
Awesome.
So, and then I tossed everything back in and was like, oh no, I'm supposed to do this for a video. So like, here's my video. This is their accessory.
Oh, should I be like?
This is their accessory mystery box, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't seen this yet. Like, I haven't seen the ad.
Cool.
It's super cheap and like it's just awesome.
Inexpensive, not cheap.
Yeah.
That's
It's all about the appropriate words.
That is correct. That is correct. It's cheap for my wallet. Okay. So I got an M16 tactical gunsling. Soft. I actually needed one of these.
Nice.
I'm gonna slap it on my Novrich over there.
Yeah, a little 2-pointer.
Cool.
And now we have a box inside of a box.
Oh no.
That's like the most fun part was that box.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
a
the
cat.
Russian dolls.
I'm not a cat though.
All right, let's see what we got.
Oh, little Peck 2.
What?
Now, is that a battery box or an actual box?
I have no idea.
Is it a peck?
Let's.
What is it? Pecs or a peck box or something? No, it's a light.
Is it?
It is a Peck
Isn't it?
15. It is straight up a Peck 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is. Yeah. That's a. Yeah. See, there's your IR.
Oh shit! Nice.
And LED. Yeah.
Dude. Now you can play laser tag.
No.
Damn it!
It won't have
Can't
the
have
right
no
signal.
fun.
But now when he goes to a night hop, he can blind some folks. Or telegraph
buddy.
himself. Yeah.
Dude.
You don't have a Peck box anymore.
All the nods, guys.
No. I've been one of these for a while. Okay, I've been prioritizing other things.
What is it? There's something from the Marine Corps. Everybody else is trying to get their stuff back.
That's cool.
Sick.
That
is
is cool.
sick.
Hell yeah.
Like this is a whole almost like this is everything you need other than an M4.
Yeah.
Like
now
slap that on your M4. And,
Now I'm gonna have to go
Right.
home and convince my wife that I need to buy one of these mystery boxes. See what you
Yeah,
did?
that's cool, dude. I honestly didn't even know they had those accessory mystery boxes, but we didn't.
they're fairly new.
We did okay. So we haven't done a mystery box in quite a while, but now we've gotten a handful from Airsoft GI, and every time we got one from Airsoft GI, we got great fucking shit. I got the RPG-7, full like real wood furniture, like the whole thing. It was fucking awesome. We did a review on that. We did a mystery box where on Airsoft GI, when you do the mystery box, you can write a note in there to Cisco.
Yeah, that is how you
Okay.
make sure you get the
Exactly.
along the lines of the things that you want. I asked him for a PDW in one of the YouTube unboxing ones.
Yeah.
You want to know what he slung me? Could you hand me my new little toy down there?
Now I got to get up.
Pretty please.
This was not my contract.
This is one of my favorite things.
I can't remember these conditions.
And it was like before they really started like putting out what this is. And it's the Zion Arms PW9.
That's cool as hell, bro.
And it came with like 4 magazines and all this stuff. And I got it from a $200 mystery box. And all I did was go like, "Hey Cisco, I got no PDWs for pickup days." And like next thing I know, he's sending me this baby. And
Dude.
like it's all I've been raving about all over my Instagram. Like,
Yeah, if you go up on
awesome.
if you go look on his Facebook, he's like Charlie's Angeling it. Like,
oh well, not anymore. I changed that now. Now it's just me and my brother hanging out by the Jeep.
I did one of the YouTube unboxing mystery boxes. I needed a replacement for my M4. My M4 was kind of getting old and craggy and weird, and so I actually got an Avalon
Saber.
Yeah, I got an Avalon Saber.
And I know from experience that those things are amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's what I was running before I got my Crixus Trident.
The best
Nice.
part of the Peck box right here, the remote.
Yes. Pressure switch.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
no, yes, no.
Why
No.
not? Why not?
Not yet.
Because it's gonna obstruct my sight.
No, it won't.
What
do you mean it won't?
It'll sit right-
Oh, actually, it will sit right on.
Put it on the side.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in box.
You'd have to buy the rail.
I don't want to do that.
It'll sit underneath and go.
It actually will. Yeah, it's perfect fit.
Almost like
yeah,
it really
look
is.
at that.
Almost like it was designed to.
Oh no!
Oh, what?
Are you telling me somebody had the forethought to design something?
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Oh god.
But where were we? We've rabbit trailed so hard. I'm lost.
I don't even remember how we got to.
So we were talking about we went over the history of your photography, videography. That's pretty cool though. Getting into it like that and having a really good mentor to
I had several really good mentors. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's cool as hell. And that's one thing that a lot of guys don't have after they get out of high school or college or the military, whatever they do after high school and stuff. If they start working a job, whatever it is, they don't have that camaraderie that they had in, if they played sports in high school, or they're just their group of friends or whatever, that they partied with or whatever. But when guys in their like mid 20s to late 20s, they start missing that camaraderie, or having a coach or a mentor. And airsoft is like, from what I've seen,
right where I was
the
going.
biggest fucking thing ever, man. Like you think about, all these people I've talked with. So there's, it's gotta be, and I said this so many times on here. So if somebody heard it, a million times, I apologize, but I'm still in awe that how broad airsoft is, and how many people are involved in airsoft and love it, whatever. But it's such a tight knit group. Like if you think about when you get out of high school and college, if you're not into a professional sport, like an athlete, what hobbies could you do, right? So there's games, right? Like D&D, there's board games, there's, Warhammer stuff, there's video games, which obviously is huge. There's golf, there's like softball. I played softball like on the, I worked at GameStop for a while when I first moved here in South Carolina, like 15 years ago, and ran a store, and we had, a softball team with the managers and stuff. So you could do softball, you could do golf, you could do what are the hobbies? I mean, where it's like, you play with other people. There's nothing like this. Where you could go out, have these giant groups of people that you make. Pretty much everyone I've talked with makes new friends every time they go play. You've got such a broad spectrum of speed soft indoor stuff if you want to do that. You've got the outdoor play, but it's still, like the smaller regular outdoor fields, pickup games, or I guess open plays, whatever. Mil sims. And then there's a whole variations of all these different things. So you got Milsim West kind of Milsim, or you've got a Third Coast, or American Milsim, like all different types. It caters to all these.
Hey, Vanguard.
We're new.
Yeah, you're new. I mean,
we're the miniature poodle in the yard.
And then you've got
notices us.
You've got Ballahat, right? You've got the LARPing events, right? You got 100% LARPing events with all these people that just role players, and I mean, it is the broadest hobby and sport I've ever seen. And it's anyway. So camaraderie and teamwork. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a video that I want to send you. That's it's deeply related to that, and it is also related to my history as a the person who does YouTube with less than 1,000 followers, but still takes it seriously. And I think that you might appreciate it based on what you just said. I won't say it here in the podcast because I'm going to send it to you personally.
Oh.
Because I want you to check it out personally, and if you have anything to say about it, you can say it. It gets a little sensitive and personal in there. It is out in the open.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to let you know, hey, before we pop this up anywhere, check it out.
So to your point, since I've been playing airsoft, I've met more veterans than I have anywhere else. Like it just seems to attract especially like outdoor fields. seem to attract a certain personality type,
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely.
D14 is a special exception. It attracts everybody.
Well, it doesn't help that we're bringing in military-based charities. So
Yeah.
We're like One Tribe.
yeah, that's where I'm.
What is it?
Great segue, Matt. So One Tribe Foundation used to be called 22 Kill. They've done a recent rebrand.
You remember the push-up challenge for the 22 veterans a day?
Yeah,
that's them. They're here in
shit.
Texas.
So our last airsoft event, Vanguard Kingmaker, we actually brought them out, and we raised a little bit of money through ticket sales, but the community came out and just a ton of donations came in.
Nice.
And they bought a lot of the One Tribe swag, and they got to talking to them.
Okay.
I talked to the representative that we go through because they're gonna be coming out to our new event coming up here, and by the way, they're coming out to our new event.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's confirmed?
That's confirmed as of this morning. Again,
Hell yeah.
you guys, everybody gets
Now,
to find out.
when is this? Where can people find out information about that event you're talking about?
So our website should be up by the time this actually goes live.
Okay.
I don't have the URLs from Mark. Can you?
Well, he's literally messaging us right now. If you want to pull that up, and I can.
Okay. Well, can I finish the story and you can talk to him?
Well, I guess so.
Then there you go. Partnership. Good job.
My phone's only dead.
My phone if you want.
I don't want to touch your phone. I know where that's been.
It's got cooties. Anyway, while he pulls this up, So according to our representative, he told us, a couple veterans actually reached out to him, and in talking, realized that they need help from One Tribe, and that's when he told me that. I'm like, dude, like you lifted like a 300-pound walrus off me. Like I was worried that you weren't going to get enough donations and that we were wasting your time. And he's like, no, absolutely not. He's like, the fact that we got not one, but two people that needed help and potential, and like a good,
that makes it all worth it.
A good group of potential volunteers. He's like,
that makes it all worth it.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, he's like, can we come to the next one? I'm like, hell yeah, you can come to the next one.
Oh yeah.
Do you want tickets? I got tickets. Like,
Shit, right? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
coming from a military family and seeing what PTSD and some of the problems that have come along with serving, like helping the veteran community is really big to my heart. But it isn't just the veteran community that I look at too. I also look at men's mental health in general. Like I suffer from some things that I have taken care of it. I get the proper help, and I try my best to be a role model for other people who are going through similar things.
Right.
And if I'm helping veterans and helping, normal civilian people at the same time, that's a win-win. So anytime that I hear, through one of our events or something that we said or something that we did, that somebody went and got help, that's what I'm here for. That's what I live for. That's everything that I want.
One of the reasons we picked One Tribe, because I'm sure you're going to ask, one of the reasons we picked One Tribe, because there's a lot of really good veteran organizations out there. Specifically in Texas, there's a ton. I mean, you throw a ping pong ball, you're going to hit three of them.
Yeah. Especially with the Marines.
Yeah.
The Marines seem to love it out here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's awesome. Texas is amazing. Anyway, we picked One Tribe. I had worked with them in the past, and I knew their reputation. But almost all the money they get, what was it, like 80 cents on the dollar, goes back.
Yes.
Yeah, 80 cents on the dollar goes back to the people that need help.
There's our URL.
Okay, well, tell the man.
Our URL is apparently VanguardAirsoftEvents.com. Who would have guessed?
That's amazing.
I know. It's almost like somebody planned it that way.
I mean, it's almost like that's also our Facebook and our Instagram.
And the direct ticketing site, if you want to go around our website, will be highrollers.eventbrite.com. Because that is the name of the event. That will happen April 15th and 16th.
JTC Tactical.
JTC Tactical in Baked, Oklahoma. Details to come.
In Oklahoma, the Oklahoma field?
We didn't rehearse that.
Yes, the one we just went to. It's done by, it's a great group of guys.
We're amazing. The community reminds me a lot of the D14 community. Just a lot more.
The young D14 community.
Yeah.
Very young community.
And the guy who runs it and like the people who help him run it, They have such big hearts and such giant plans, and it's not like them just talking about doing it. You see them actually out there doing it.
That field is massive. Too.
Right now, Gus is like posting about the updates that are coming out. Like every day, he's like posting, "We're doing this. We're doing this. We got great things coming. I got a surprise for you guys." Like he's just popping off, and I cannot wait because he has like how many acres to develop?
I want to say 70, but I could be wrong.
He has a ton of acres.
Yeah. We'll put it this way. So I called him, maybe 5 weeks ago, something like that, and talked to him. He's like, yeah, we want to check your field out. We might want to do an airsoft event there. And he participated in one of our previous events. He's like, yeah, come on out. We'll make a whole day of it. So we got there before they started gameplay, and myself, Matt, and one of our key COs, Tyson, Taz. Rebel Taz.
The Tasmanian devil himself.
Sometimes.
Mr. I like the purple crayons.
Yeah. He actually had some side-by-sides, and we got to tour his entire property, and he went through all the plans he has for the property. And I mean, I'm just amazed with it. And he has this huge, crazy landmark, the High Line.
Yeah.
That's my personal favorite.
Splits down the direct middle of the field.
That is like a saw gunner's wet dream, and sniper's wet dream, because it's just this.
As a DMR guy, I loved spawn camping you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's not nice. It was very mean. I feel horrible for it.
It was mean, but it's
every time I tried to stop, you guys started shooting at me. Like, I'm trying to not spawn camp you guys, and then I started getting shot. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing this.
About halfway through the day, the regulars were like, we're gonna pull one over on these guys, and they started spawn camping us. And I was running the 249, and so I flipped the fun switch, and I started lighting up the cover they were using, and told everybody to run around. Like,
I need to call a certain airsoft team out here. Because they said that they would be coming down to visit sometime soon. I told them, hey, you guys definitely had it over on us today. You guys kicked our asses.
Oh yeah, those guys.
But you know what? Now you guys got to come down and hang out with us and deal with our special version of chaos. Because theirs is Milton based.
Ours is short bus special.
Oh shit!
Ours is full auto all over the place. Full auto everywhere.
Yeah. Was that a grenade?
Awesome.
So, Steel Reapers. That's who I'm talking about. You guys got to come down. You promised me. You shook my hand. Come down. So I can buy you that beer.
But yeah, so this Highline, how wide would you say it is? Like 20 feet, 30 feet?
More than that.
So,
I don't know.
I think it's about 30 feet.
Between 30 and 40. I would say.
And it's basically just this big cleared area where they have telephone wires running, right? And the field owner cannot put anything permanent there, so you can put hay bales there, you can put vehicles there, stuff like that.
A couple boats.
Yeah, there's some boats there that are on pallets that can be moved with a forklift.
There was one guy that actually jumped in like the pit of the boat, like.
Yeah, the guy I shot just above his kneecap.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So he was
the guy I was trying to convince to stop spawn camping.
He was spawn. That's the story I was getting to. He was spawn camping us and and I'm like, all right, cool. And I got on the radio and I told my other guys on the other side of the High Line, start shooting at the boat. Just shoot at the boat. We're not going to hit the guy. Don't care. Keep his head down. Shoot at the boat. Because I was completely Winchester. I had no more M4 magazines, and I had one pistol magazine left. And so here comes big old fat Matt running.
Little old.
Run into the boat.
Mr. 5'4" crouching as he's running.
Oh yeah, my run scoot that I do. Just
Yeah. Guns out, butts out.
Yeah. And so I get up there, and the boat's got a gap about this big, and I just see a kneecap. And so I take my pistol and I put it against the kneecap, pull it off like maybe a quarter of an inch, and I pull the trigger.
And he doesn't call his hit.
No, he called it. He's actually a really, really good sport. It was just one of those moments where, like,
he was just like
down that path.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't really pull out because the moment he tried to pull out is the moment he dies. So he has to dedicate to it now.
Right.
As someone who ended up having to dedicate as well. I actually started switching. I tore off my bands. I'm like, I'm switching teams again. I'm going over to help my friends because I feel horrible. I switched teams from their side to the other side because I'm like, I want to shoot my friends today. Shooting my friends sounds fun. Plus, I get to know all these guys, shake their hands, and say, hey.
Yeah, we like to.
And then I felt bad.
So one of the things that we do with Vanguard Airsoft Events, and then we're going to do for a while going forward, is I like to go to weekend fields, so fields that are playing on the weekends, and do events there.
We want to support the smaller
Yeah,
fields
exactly.
that are like ringing in $16,000 every time somebody plays. You know, but we want to get them.
Yeah, we want to give them a little,
way.
but before we do, we want to, go down there, talk to the field owner, make sure that, their morals follow our morals.
Yeah.
And
now your events, are you guys mostly doing outdoor fields right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Our events wouldn't work well indoor fields.
It'd have to be a very large indoor field.
Like we're talking like 30-acre large warehouse with a little bit outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you seen the system called Skirmish? Skirmish?
No.
So Skirmish, it's like a Skirmish Mesh or whatever is a system. It's
is it a tracking system?
Yes.
Okay. Is it using what? Is it using Android?
The RFID bracelets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a local system because a lot of these fields, like where they have the apps on your phone, when you go to these milsims, you don't have service. So you can't really use the app that well.
Right.
And plus, people don't like pulling their phones out in the middle of a firefight because they don't want to get shot.
Case got shredded.
Exactly. So this
shout out to Generate.
Skirmish. Nice.
That's my team.
He's not even on my airsoft team, this bastard.
You're horrible.
We invited him several times. He's like, no.
I'm an honorary member. Hold on. You guys keep talking.
He's an honorary member of like 30 teams.
So I did a podcast with Skirmish. Actually, he posted on his Instagram. He posted, I think yesterday or the day before. He posted a little thing about us talking or whatever, and that'll come out. That video will come out soon. But you should get in contact with him. It'd be a great addition. So he's looking to move to bigger events and outdoor fields. Right now, most of his stuff is at indoor. So it's a really cool system, the way it's set up.
If you can do me a favor, send that contact information to
of course,
to Matt.
Yeah.
And he can do the outreach there. Like I do. So Matt does all of our social media. Right. He does all of our story. I actually do the gameplay and all of the the S shop stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Still pristine.
It's over there now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
We gave him a team patch a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Nice.
Yeah, I mean it matches.
So now you said you're on a different team.
Yeah. So
you guys are on different teams. So this team here, what's your team, Crixus?
So this is Vanguard Incorporated. They're the official team of Vanguard Airsoft.
So what is that? What's the wording on there? Is that Latin?
Yeah, it's Latin. It's I don't want to say it because I'm going to screw it all up. Say it. What is it? Ex primus pro ultima.
What does it mean?
First in, last out.
Okay.
Typically, the vanguard of any forward push is the tip of the spear. They're the first guys to get there. They're the last guys to get out.
Yeah.
The way you butchered that.
Yeah. Wow. Again, social media guy, S-shop guy.
Hey,
social media guy, S-shop guy.
All right. So what is your team?
So we are the Degenerate Apes Coalition. So like basically what we do is we find teams that we are very similar. So there's the Skeleton Crew, and then there's the Degenerate Apes Coalition, which is Demon Hounds. Demon Hounds. So the Degenerate Apes Coalition is all about finding people who are like-minded and getting us together and all working together at milsim groups. Like, and the reindeer games coming up, we almost have 3 platoons of people who are just signed up under Degenerate Apes / Demon Hounds.
Damn.
What was that?
That's nice. What was that noise?
I don't know.
That sounded like the test video from earlier.
Are you
Did you hit the play button? Oh, I might have. Is there buttons on that?
Yes, there's buttons.
I gotta keep putting it in my ear because it keeps.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
nice. I love it.
We basically collect teams, but these teams we're very specific with. Like we're really, I'm not going to say judgmental, but we're really picky with the people that we say, hey, welcome to the squad. You know,
They have they
Yeah.
have a like this is a Degenerate Apes patch, and then they have this is a team patch.
yeah.
Which nothing
Well, no,
against
I
it. I
mean,
think it's kind of neat. Yeah.
that's majority of people I've talked with. They have teams or are on teams. They, they they're kind of picky about who they want on their team. That's and you should be. I mean, that's part of.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
as far as Vanguard, we're kind of like
There's
there's a team patch.
team patch.
Oh, it
We
looks
don't
cool,
give
dude.
we don't give team patches out usually. I think we've only got like 2 or 3 people out there that have team patches that aren't on the team. Matt's one of them.
I'm an unofficial member.
Well, that's
They'll play with me, but if the apes show up and they're like, "Hey, Matt, you're rolling with us," I'm rolling with them. I don't.
yeah, but you always end up eating with us
That's true. That's true. That's
because
true.
we're the fat people, and if you want good food, you follow the fat people.
That's true. I mean, they've never cooked bratwurst at an airsoft event. You know?
Yeah, 20
Yeah. So
pounds
what
of
do you
bratwurst.
cook? What do you
So
cook
at the
the
last,
events?
well, we don't always cook at the events. At the last BB Wars, I've got a Blackstone flat top. It's the big Blackstone flat top. It's called the
I don't know
tailgater.
what that
and
is.
It's basically just a flat top grill, but it folds flat.
Oh, nice.
And I have a friend that used to own a German restaurant, and it had closed weeks prior. And he had a bunch of German brats, and I said, "Hey, can I get like 20 pounds of those?"
I missed that place.
Yes, I said, "Hey, can I get 20 pounds before they go bad?" And he's like, "Yeah, and I bought them wholesale from him." And so I brought all the fixings out. We chopped it all up on the field, and we did German brats at lunch break.
That's awesome. Right.
At the BB Wars there. And,
Anyone who called it a hot dog, though, got a.
well, they're yeah. But I'm sitting there cooking, and it was like, "Are you guys selling food?" No.
This is for staff. This is for staff.
This is for
For
staff.
staff only.
Yeah. Are you part of? Because obviously, like we're pretty good with GI. Like I have a good business relationship with them.
I actually love airsoft. GI.
Matt does as well. They actually
Yeah.
sponsor us. They're one of our sponsors
Oh shit. Nice.
for the airsoft
Okay.
events. Yeah. So I know Cisco and I will start talking. Like he called me back yesterday to validate being a sponsor, because I always call the sponsor, talk to the sponsor, make sure they're cool with being a sponsor. Just don't slap their.
We were like 99.9999999. You get it. % sure he was gonna.
You know you're sure, but you want to verify just to be official, right?
Trust but
Yeah.
verify.
Yeah. And we were talking for like an hour and a half, to the point where you could hear Walter in the background getting on him. His boss was getting on him.
Nice.
And 90% of it had nothing to do with airsoft.
Dude, shout out.
Cisco is an interesting guy.
For real, shout out to Cisco and Airsoft GI for sponsoring you guys too, and great mystery boxes. And Cisco, I need to get you on here, brother. I don't think I've asked him yet, actually.
We'll put some Weevils in here for you.
We'll make him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. I think I've waited
He'll be a
to
mad
ask
at.
because he's so busy, man. Like, I mean, obviously work, and then he does the live streams, he does the the gaming streams, like all very
he's
busy,
all over
yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
We actually we might actually be going down there. Well, I can't say that, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get us, as far as Vanguard, they're trying to get us a little more involved in some of their BB War stuff.
Nice.
They've been so supportive of what we're doing.
Yeah, to the nth degree. Like they're like, "Hey, we're a little busy. Can you help?" And then he reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, we're a little busy. Can you help me write the games and the scripts for our next BB Wars?" And I did.
Nice.
Like I wrote all of it, and he was like trying to. Were you there when he was trying to find something to do?
No.
I had it organized to the point where he couldn't find anything to do.
I was too busy doing my job.
Oh,
watching his. So he comes from California, and this is in August.
yeah.
So it's still hot here in Texas, and he comes, and within an hour of him being on the field, the glue that holds the sole of his boot to his actual boot melted.
Separated. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he's got this flopping boot, and I got it on video, and it's hilarious.
Before the game started, we're like setting up to do this whole bit, and we're waiting on Cisco. And Cisco's like, "Did you guys? Yeah, we got it done. Cisco, that's done. Is that?" We got him on video doing that somewhere, like trying to find something to follow up on, but everything's done and followed up on.
I think I was too busy out there doing my job.
So was I.
They asked me to film part of their BB Wars footage whenever they were out there. They vlogged it on this last one, So they allowed me to put out a video with D14 using that footage, and then they put out their own retelling of it coming from a more personal standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an absolute blast. I learned a whole lot of new stuff from Boaz, who does a lot of their video stuff. I think he does all of them, but I'm not 1000% sure, but I know he does so much work with
What Boaz was teaching you, Cisco fixed my M4.
Yeah, what Boaz was teaching me stuff, Cisco was teching on his stuff.
He was teching and teaching me. He actually taught me some stuff too. It was really cool.
And then basically like, you need to throw this away. I'm getting you something better.
I know. I still have it.
You should have thrown it away.
No, I'm keeping it forever.
No,
ever and ever. It's fine. Can't has it.
Yeah, huge shout out to Airsoft GI.
So ask me questions, man. Come on. I know you're thinking of something. You look like a thinker.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's So give us a rundown on what loadout you guys run.
Good.
Okay, so right now my preferred loadout is I have a Condor plate carrier. Most of my stuff is kind of hand me down because, like I said, I quit at one point, and my friends were like, "No, you're not quitting. Have this stuff for cheap." So my current loadout is a Trident Mark II, Crytek Trident Mark II, a Condor plate carrier with just a bunch of Inform mags. I run it as it's in the car. I run it as a DMR, so I got a scope on it. I have a little flashlight on it. It's built. I'm not going to say built, but it's been modified specifically to run in AMS games. So it chronos at exactly 399 almost every single time, and it'll shoot just short of 300 feet. It's awesome, and that's with .28s. With .32s, I'll get probably around 250, which is still fantastic.
Right.
My sidearm is usually an Elite Force 1911. Those things have been just amazing for me.
Another one of our sponsors.
Elite Force, yeah.
Nice.
Other than that, my other go-to has been the most recent one is my PW9 is what I'm running, the Zion Arms PW9. I cannot stop talking about how amazing that is. And then just for fun, I bought a LCT 8K16, which is basically an RPK kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Comms. What do you run for comms?
Oh, I run Z-Tac for comms because I'm cheap.
Nice. I actually don't know the difference. I don't know all the different comms. So I don't know what's expensive.
So there's Comtax, which is the name brand, and then there's Z-Tacs, which
those are the earmuffs with the mic. Yeah, those are all the big earmuffs with the mic.
The ones that are supposed to filter out the bangs and booms, but still keep the ambient sound.
Yeah,
they're meant for real guns.
Yeah, but they're super handy when somebody throws a grenade at your feet.
Well, I can't hear anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
I have a set. I can't remember the brand. Maybe Surefire. Is that? I don't even know.
Yeah, they make one too.
Okay, so I don't use comms with it.
Surefire makes flashlights, tracer units. They make everything.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Really cool flashy one?
Yeah,
I'll have to look. But I did wear them at the my first MilSim. I just went as press pass. But I was planning originally to go in the building with these guys at GTI, and they were all like, everyone I talked to, and my sons were like, you need these ear pros, so you can hear, and loud noises it blocks out, that kind of shit, and then it has a volume thing or whatever, and it also has the jacks for hooking up to comms, which I didn't use, but actually I never even wore them. I took them with me, but I didn't wear them because I never ended up going in the field, or going in the building. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really. That's the only experience I've had with those, and they were pretty cheap. I think they were like $30. So whatever brand they are, I don't know.
That's about the price.
And of course, you're using like a 5-watt valve thing.
I love that valve thing.
Yeah, I'm saying 5-watt valve thing for a reason.
Yeah, no, I still love it. It worked better than that. It's like whichever one you put in.
The 10-watt. That's just because your headset didn't like my radio,
dude. It wasn't the first problem we had with it. Okay.
What I run two different kits. Well, I run three kits really. One kit is the 249. Haha, I can do this now. One kit is I run the 249. When I run the 249, I actually have a Oakley backpack, and I run that because I've got the big box mag. And on right about here on the Oakley backpack, it has a Oh, it was Groot. Hold on.
Nice.
On the Jaguars.
Oh, cool, dude. Little shorty.
We're literally sitting in my studio where I talk about all my stuff. So like I have almost all my toys with me.
Hell
My
yeah.
toys are at my house, which is an hour away from here.
It's 35 minutes.
Not with traffic.
Only if you're driving at 5.
Or anytime in either direction on that road. Anyway, so and that has I call it my oh shit mag. It's a high cap mag that is approved for use with AMS, and it literally says if you have this, or if you can read this, everything is lost on one side, and that's the side that faces you as it loads into the 249.
Oh,
And on
shit.
the back side, yeah, and a sniper rifle.
The
Bro, that's
Mavericks.
badass. What? Dude, that looks awesome.
I really,
You should not have done that.
I checked. You didn't see me. Put
I don't
my hand in.
care if you checked.
If there's a BB in there, it's already messed up to begin with. My second kit is my M4 kit. It's I think it's made by One Tiger, so I'm not sure. It's just a belly rig, and then it's got a backpack attached to it, which has got all my comms gear in it. You know, M4 mags, 1911 mags, which is my sidearm for all my replicas.
We keep it simple.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been called a FUD a few times because I'm like, function over fashion. I'm not the coolest guy on the field, but I can get the most done, And then, yes, of course, an Elite Force.
That's not an Elite Force.
That's not?
No, that's a Punisher.
Oh.
That's a Punisher. Show that off. Those aren't common anymore.
Oh, that's cool looking, yeah. Yeah, I like the end.
Hold on.
And the trigger.
Here's the sister.
What's that?
Yeah, the trigger and the end of the barrel. It looks cool as shit.
Yeah,
Or end of the slide. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep interrupting you, so you just keep talking once you.
Well, it was almost done. The wolf thing?
I actually want to show this one also.
Okay, well, let me finish and then give me like 2 minutes here.
Okay.
Cha! Yeah. I was going to grab it. I used to use a Classic Army Mark 18 M4, slightly modified. Because of the last mystery box, I now have the Avalon Saber that I've been rocking.
Yeah.
And then I have the heavy kit.
Chef's kiss of a gun.
Yep. Then I have the heavy kit, which is the M4 kit with the saw kit on the back. And the heavy kit is I have a milsim coming up, and I need to get in some kind of shape, and I hate going to the gym. So I load myself out, so by the time I get to the milsim,
right.
Old Marine Corps trick, right? Load heavy during training, and then when you get to the fight, it's like you're floating on air.
Gotcha.
All right, now we can play with this toy. Go ahead, go play with the toy.
I want to show some of the inscriptions that are on the Punisher.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Because I'm a huge fan of aesthetics, but I'm also a huge fan.
I'm not even hitting a button. I'm just pushing on that wheel.
That's awesome.
I'm also a huge fan of ergonomics, and for me, ergonomically, the 1911 and the Gloop are the best fitting for the hands. I don't really love. Could you hand me that black case?
This guy right
So
here?
I can. I'm grateful for it. I'm glad it's here.
It's kind of neat, actually.
It's very neat.
I want to actually fire it.
But it does not. It's not ergonomic. This came from another Airsoft GI mystery box. They always send me cool stuff.
Nice.
I forget which box this was, but it's coming out in a thing. An unboxing video. I filmed it recently.
What is that?
It is a thing. I can't remember off the top
That's
of
not
my
how it
head.
comes out of the box.
That thing looks cool as shit.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing I did was add that rubberized grip, like you said I should.
Yeah,
Because he thinks the rubberized grip looks cooler.
it feels better too.
And also the orange tip screws out, so
That's
you're
right.
not voiding warranty.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the HG 182.
It looks cool as shit. I like the way the slide is cut on top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it looks
That
sick.
actually feels so much better.
I actually have to agree with you. I hate to agree with you on that because I love the design that they're
Yeah,
using.
it has. It also makes the hand grip a lot chunkier. So, like, if you got fat hands like me,
He keeps putting a gun up to my head.
I'm putting it behind you.
So to me, that gun's a little too clunky for me. I like it. It's a really cool design. I haven't had a chance to field it yet. I'm thinking about fielding it this weekend.
Yeah, let me know if you're going out. I'd like to be there with you.
I'm gonna be out there for photos this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, bring it with you.
So yeah, come on out. Come on out, have some fun.
I will. Right now, it's taking my seat, so.
I'm trying. That gun has some really great detail. A lot of love went into the original design of that gun. I'm not necessarily convinced on quality of product yet. That's a big thing whenever it comes to airsoft. But the Punisher says custom Punisher on it. I don't know if you can read that.
Yep.
And then on this side,
45. Yeah,
it says No Mercy.
Oh, that's cool.
Little cringy, but airsoft is also 100%.
No, that's
cringe.
cool as shit.
But this right here, one of my favorite pieces of all time. Like I said before, the Elite Force 1911 for me has been the most reliable because all three of the ones that I just showed you, other than the new one, the Glock, the Punisher, and what I'm about to show you, all have super leaky magazines and need constant repair and upkeep.
Right.
But this is one of my favorite. And shout out to my buddy Jonathan Hernandez. Jonathan, not Jonathan. A ton of Jonna.
I'm leaving that alone because I don't want to call your friend fat. Because he's not. He's a slim gentleman. Moving on. What the? I'm just gonna check my Instagram that I don't have. Hold on.
Just go through my feed and like all the stuff as Vanguard Airsoft Events.
Maybe later.
Okay, so this is the Echo One Wolf's Bane.
What? That looks cool as hell.
Oh, it's so sick. With the multi-tone gray, Gales of Justice on the top, man.
What?
So I'm a Libra, dude. That's my sign is the scales.
That's your,
and
right.
I thought that was super cool. And I'm Black Wolf Videos.
Right, no kidding.
Yeah, the fiber optics. Never do this. This is a bad idea. I'm trying to show off the fiber optics.
Here, hold on. I got this. I know how we can make this cooler. Where's it at?
It's over there. No, we're not. I know exactly what you're. No, we're not doing that.
It's got a little rail on it.
The magazine has extra compensation because, without it, it's super front heavy. But with the weight of the magazine in it, it's perfect.
Right. Yep.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Oh, yeah. And the compensator on the front, tasty.
Yeah, buddy.
So, like I said, ergonomics meets fashion. I know Honey Badger appreciates that. I know he would.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. He's all about that. In the world of drip or drown, that guy is swimming. I wish I could say it.
Quote of the evening.
I wish I could say I thought of that myself.
I'm so old school. I have no idea. Why is he dripping? Somebody should get him a towel. He's that wet.
It was probably about 6 months ago. I started one of the guys I follow on Instagram. I've had him on the podcast like 2 or 3 times. Admin Airsoft. He
I know him.
Yeah, he used to be in Texas, and he used to be in Texas. He moved to Florida, but he was on Ghost Frogs, I think was the name of the team.
I know the Ghost Frogs. So Ghost Frogs works with the Degenerate Apes a lot in Mil Sims.
Oh, okay.
We see them out there all the time. We're almost always, from my understanding, I'm newish to Mil Sims over the last year, but every time I've gone out there, one of my friends was like, "Yeah, I was on the teams with not the Degenerate. I was on the team with the Ghost Frogs." My friend Gary Leafty, Nomad Wrecker Airsoft, he worked with them at Southern Front 3, and he was talking about how was it Southern Front 3 or was that Reindeer Games last year? One of those games that I was not playing in, and he just talked so much about them. Sorry,
Oh no! Yeah, you have to look him up on Instagram. He's cool as hell. But anyway,
I don't have to look him up. I already
he does.
Instagram.
Oh, Admin Airsoft.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I follow him.
He does that Wednesday drip day thing. Well, when he first started doing that, that was the first kind of what I started seeing this drip thing. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that?
That's what I'm doing
drip?
right now.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot lately. I have
Look,
no idea what you're
as soon
talking
as you
about.
said that, he picks up his phone. And I bet he's searching.
No, actually, I was talking to Mark, and Mark says hi.
It means
what's up, Mark?
Slay.
It means you're what? Gay?
It means you slay.
Means you got
I don't understand this
you look
connection.
good. You got good gear on and shit or whatever.
Oh, so you look good.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
You're wearing cries,
I have no
basically.
idea
You're
if
wearing
I know what it
cries.
is.
Right.
The other day, Matt's like, we should really get a TikTok, and I pulled out my phone and I'm like, it's
I did
TikTok.
not say that another day. The other day, I said that months ago, and you won't stop telling the joke.
Because it's fun.
It was months ago.
I like my old man jokes.
Actually, it was hilarious.
It was very natural at the time.
I saw a microbiologist the other day.
Did you?
It sounds
Yeah.
like you
He was
guys
a lot bigger than I
have.
expected.
You guys have. Oh Jesus. Where's that toot? You guys have a lot going on. Obviously, new events.
We're nutty.
New, all kind of shit going on, man. Your photography thing, the videography. You got Vanguard that you're making events and creating all kind of cool shit. What do you guys? So what do you want to promote before we get off of here? What events you got coming up? Tell people where they can find you guys and find out about your events and all that good shit.
All right. So the next event we have coming up is JTC High Rollers. That's going to be at JTC Tactical in Banks, Oklahoma, April 15th and 16th. We are going to be open on the 14th for you guys so that you can come in and pre-register and everything. It's going to be a 2-day milsim. And we highly recommend you guys come in on Friday. If we get enough people out there Friday, maybe we might play some tactical laser tag ahead of the game. I don't know.
A little fun, a little camaraderie.
Yeah, let's go have some shits and or giggles out on the field before, but I mean, that requires quite a few of you guys to show up. So, get out there. Don't be those guys. Don't be those last minute guys. This will be the first event. And I'm going to say this because we're going to be, one of the things that we're going to be prominent about this time is it's our first event. We were not allowing walk-ons. We are not allowing any walk-ons. And once the game starts, that's it.
Okay.
We're not going to do any more safety briefs. We're not going to do any more chrono.
It hurts the other players, the ones who are there prepared and
Exactly.
It hurts their experience, and we've already made the promise to them, hey, we want you to have the best time that you possibly can, that we could possibly do for you. And these guys that are coming on and they're not even wearing the right uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It'll be set up like a milsim because that's what.
Yeah.
That's
So
what they do at milsims.
The point was introductory to milsim. Whenever
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is slowly kind of wean our following into a good milsim group, but we're also and I tell everybody this, we don't make a lot of money doing these. There's so much effort and so much time going into this. We don't make a whole hell of a lot of money because we keep our budget tight and our price low because we want to introduce people to milsim.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We're trying to make sure that we can cultivate the next generation that's coming up, because with me just getting into it, I'm 28 years old and I only just got into milsim because I was afraid of Big Bad Joe over here getting mad at me because I looked the wrong direction. And I want to show that it's actually a group, the groups that we end up with is just nothing but love, fun. Whenever they play, they're serious, but the moment they're off the field, it's super awesome.
I'll shoot you in the face on the field and get mad at you, but as soon as we turn around, we're at the barbecue pit, throwing back some chicken and laughing about it.
That's the best competition, man. That's the best. Yeah, that's the best way to be.
One of the other things that we as promoters like to promote too is bringing awareness to the One Tribe Foundation and helping them push their message.
Yeah, that's definitely another thing. We're really big about community. As we said, we want to cultivate a younger community coming up, and along that way, we have to be role models. As well as we want to help support groups that have not necessarily just been around for a while, but groups that are already supporting really great causes. There's this one group called Carry the Load.
Yeah, those guys are solid too.
And there's another sister group of theirs that I have the Warriors Keep.
Yeah.
They're local. They're from McKinney, and they work with Carry the Load.
Well,
I haven't heard of either of those guys.
So
Okay.
carry the load. They do a full weight ruck pack march.
And the Warriors Keep is about bringing veterans out to basically the real nature, the human nature.
They go actually like old school caveman camping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
okay.
Kind of a little bit of hippy dippy stuff.
Like
I
a
will
survival
never do.
trip type of thing or something. Yeah.
Oh, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't like camping. If I've got to camp, I'm going to glamp. I'll glamp like a son of a bitch, but I will not camp.
Get out of my house.
Anyway, so going back to the event, High Rollers, it's going to be at JTC Tactical. We're really looking forward to it. And at the time, like, I don't want to throw the date out there, but by the time you go live with this, the tickets should be live. You can get tickets at VanguardAirsoftEvents.com or highrollers.eventbrite, bright spelled BRITE.com.
You'll also be able to find it in the description of a lot of my videos on the channel. And I'll be posting it on the Facebook and the Instagram and all that stuff that I literally pay myself for.
Yeah, we'll be shotgunning it like everywhere that will let us post it without yelling at me.
But real fast, we've talked about ourselves a lot. I want to give shout outs to a lot of the other YouTubers and members in the community
absolutely.
that have helped us out a lot. First one I want to shout out, I've talked about him a lot, is Honey Badger, because like I absolutely love what he's doing. And like I said, passion. He has such a passion, and I will always support that kind of passion. It's absolutely insane.
I'm claiming Mark.
Yeah, I was
Airsoft Primate, because he is actually that little tree kicking genius is the one doing our website and helping us with marketing.
Awesome.
And I'm like, dude, you don't have to help us. Like, you're not, you're part of the airsoft. He's part of my airsoft team, but you're not like part of the company so much. Like, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. You can't stop me. Like,
He already drank the Kool-Aid. He's doing it or something like that.
Dude, he went from drinking the Kool-Aid to mixing the Kool-Aid. I don't even know what flavor we're at anymore.
Red Assassin 24, super amazing dude. One of my best friends, Zach. He helps me film. He helped me film the last one, and it was super amazing.
He did a great job with all the BTC.
The behind the scenes stuff I haven't released that yet. That's on my Patreon. So yeah, I have a Patreon. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's in the description of my videos.
And we kind of touched on it, but everything we do is like super story driven. So much to the effect that like at our second event.
Oh, here we go.
The players.
The nightmare.
Yeah. So we had 3 endings?
4.
We had 4 endings pre-filmed. So we pre-film our endings, and we kind of try to guess what the players are going to do, right, based on how we set up the gameplay. And we had 4 endings.
Because we had 2 interchangeable scenes.
But the players, there was such a large curveball
that we didn't use any of them and reshot the whole thing on site in 20 freaking minutes.
As we were doing the raffle, they were out on the field reshooting the ending.
And like the thing that we do, the thing that kind of separates us differently from other people or from other events is that we get our results out usually within 24 hours.
So
within like 24
our system, the system, and I don't want to go too much into it because I'm kind of like trying to leave I can't say it. Proprietary. Wow. Proprietary.
We're not winning any spelling bees.
Again, S shop guy. We're trying to keep it I can't. You got it.
Proprietary.
Yeah, it's like a tongue twister now. But it ends up in such a way that before the game is over, I kind of have an idea who won, and then I can have an exact scoreboard.
Gotcha.
And have the score by the time we're done with the raffle.
We keep track of the score in real time. I'm not going to give away what it is that does that. Watch the videos. You'll see. Shout out to
Elite Laser Tag Equipment.
Yep.
Because, and you can tell, you can say it. Everybody knows
we have super cool beacons that keep track in real time who has what control point. So it's like playing a game of Star Wars Battlefront 2.
So typically, like when you go to a Milsim event and they're doing control points, right? It's always like a tactile thing, right? It's like a flag or it's a bucket or a cone or something. And the referee's kind of like, okay, I think they've had it for like 15, 20 minutes, right? Or they wait to see who has it at the end of the day. Well, our system, they literally walk up and it's a big, huge box. They have to put their hand on a button and the entire device changes colors. And there's a tower and it all communicates with radio to this lovely little tablet here. And I can see in real time the scores changing. So at the end of the game, this just sends a signal to all the towers saying, all right, hey, the game's over. And I have my final score. Right there in real time.
Cool.
And yeah. So, we're trying to get that Call of Duty feel, or any Battlefield or any of those types of games, those first person shooters. So distracting with pistols in your hands. ADHD is going crazy right now. Yeah, so
Anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, Elite Force for being a sponsor, Airsoft GI for being a sponsor, Body Armor Vent for being a sponsor, and actors.
Yeah, like a lot of people from the Reaper crew.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got the Goons.
There's so many people.
For sure. Superboy Sauce, Becca, Jason, Just watch the credits.
If you're actually adding anything to this, do like the walk-off music for like the Oscars right about now.
It's so many.
I don't usually
Solotron Tactical. Which if you haven't had Solotron Tactical on the, you should.
Yeah, everyone you're mentioning, I don't think I've heard of most everybody you've mentioned, the individuals. I will definitely have to get some of those guys on for sure.
Yeah, the DFW crowd is a pretty deep crowd as far as interesting individuals.
We're wild. I don't know. I'm part of a group called the Degenerate Apes. I'm the wholesome one.
I'm way more degenerate than any of you.
This
on several times.
Hold on. Let me pull up the chat that's been going on this whole time.
Well, I talked to another Matt recently, 6mm Maniac.
I listened to that podcast. It was really interesting.
Yeah, he's in your guys' area as well.
Yep.
6mm Maniac. Let's see if
I don't think I've met him, but that podcast is really interesting. I went to a deep dive over the last week on your stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah.
I feel bad for you.
Nothing a handle of whiskey can cure.
I probably won't be able to find it.
But yeah, so
6mm what?
Maniac.
Maniac.
So Matthew Martinez, he's the manager of the GI store at the D14 field. They have a little pro shop there. He said it best. He feels like Vanguard Airsoft Events, and I don't know if he told you this. He feels like Vanguard Airsoft Events is a love letter to the D14 Airsoft community.
I actually feel the same way.
Yeah, it's because it's so many people in the D14 community have come together to help us with
speaking
everything.
of D14, huge shout out to them. Their staff has been absolutely amazing. I think I'm really close friends with a lot of them. And every time we come out there, even if they're having a bad day, every time we come out there, as a regular admins, they're always putting 110% in. They're always kicking ass. It's super awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, but again, huge shout out to you guys. That event, you found them?
Yeah.
By the time this goes live, those tickets will be live. Get on it. The early enlistment tickets will be open until about January. And you're looking at $100 ticket at that point. And then
badger on it.
Yep. And then after that, they go up to $135. And then if you are going to be that guy that waits till the last possible second, they're going up to $145.
Please don't be. We don't want to. We don't want to rewrite our rosters.
Don't be that.
We're trying to get them out earlier this time. Last time it was last few weeks, and we want to do better.
The last week we had 240 plus players. The last week our sales were 150 of the ticket sales were the week before the event.
Yeah, that's what people do.
We want to do better by the leadership.
Yeah, and the leadership, everybody's wondering, the guy that bought his ticket 3 months ago is hey, where are the rosters? The roster would be 5 people right now because everybody's waiting till the last second to buy their ticket.
The last minute. Oh yeah.
So, but we will not be allowing walk-ons this time. So you guys got to get on those tickets. You got to
give a shout out to TriFecta Airsoft.
Can you shout him out in his own podcast? I don't know. That's kind of meta.
Is that okay? Can I give you a shout out before we go?
Of course, dude.
All right. Hey, I want to give a huge shout out to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast for having
putting
us
up
on.
with us.
It's super cool. We've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and he had to deal with us for an extra 30 minutes before while we tried to figure out how to press a button on a laptop.
I told you to push the red one that says "Do not push." That's the one you push.
I think maybe he's gotten maybe 12 sentences in between us two because we don't know how to shut up.
No, actually,
No,
if you listen to his podcast, that's how this is formatted. It's
Okay.
exactly. I love it.
yeah.
Listen,
So
man.
it's-
Most people have heard me tell my shit, way too much. So I love when y'all have stories and talk about them and all that. Yeah, it's
Oh no,
great.
we've got stories, but I don't want this to be a Mark episode.
How long was Mark's?
Like
Shout out to
3-4
Mark.
hours.
It was
Yeah.
like it was just over 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my lord, it was. Yeah, like
I'm gonna have to listen to that at work tomorrow because I'm only gonna be there for 4 hours.
yeah, it's actually really interesting. It's a lot of stuff I didn't know about Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark is a very interesting man. I learned that about him.
yeah, he is.
Well,
He's
what's
got a
fun-
story.
Mark is the reason why I got back into airsoft. He's the one who gave me gear so that I could start playing again. He was
Nice.
trying to sell his Avalon Saber, and he gives me messages He's like, "Hey, look at this," and it's like pictures of it, and he's like, "You want it?" And I was like, "I'm not playing. I'm not buying." He's like, "That's not what I'm asking." And next thing I know, he's like, "Here, also have these." And
Oh,
next thing I know,
shit.
I have a full loadout, and I'm out there playing like the next weekend. Like, I was so confused because I haven't
That's so crazy.
I've had amazing friends, but like they at that point in my life, they really were coming out of the woodwork and really showing me how much love they really have.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So huge shout out to Mark. I really appreciate you.
Oh.
Yeah, Mark is one of those guys. Like I'm very glad he's one of my friends.
Is he literally working on a website right now?
He is.
That's
He is.
awesome.
He's been asking.
Hell
That's
yeah.
why I gotta for the record. That's why I gotta keep getting on my phone because it buzzes and I look and it's Mark asking me a question about the website. Like
That's
the guy's
perfect, dude.
he's a monster. It's what like 11 o'clock Central Standard right now, and he's like,
Which means it's like what 1 a.m. for you?
yeah,
It is 12:05, 12:04. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's not
that-
that
that's
bad.
not bad.
No.
So no, the best Mark story I've ever had is at the swap meet, and we were sitting there, and he's selling stuff, and I at every swap meet I bring out all my soldering stuff because I've got like the motherboard soldering stuff, and I'll
Yeah.
bring that out, and I do minor repairs to motherboards, and I'll do on the cheap, and I'll do Dean's connectors on people's batteries and
Oh,
their
nice.
guns for cheap.
Yeah.
And I basically do what it costs. I don't make a whole hell of a lot doing it. It's just me trying to help the community out. And we're sitting there, and I have this speaker set up that I bring out. And I was trying to look who the artist was for that. Peaches. I forget who sings it.
Oh, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But the song Peaches came up. And Mark and I, we both kind of grew up with that song, so we're in the same age bracket. So we start singing it. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the owner of
You're
the
talking about
field.
the ones that come in the can, right?
Yes. Stop trying to. And the owner of the field starts singing it with us too, but he's like jamming out to it. And the manager of the field, not the owner, the manager walks out and he goes, "Yes, the presidents of the United States, the people that sing it." Yeah, I don't know if he 8 seconds. You get 8
Yeah,
seconds.
that's it. The presidents of the United States.
Yeah, and
Got
we
it.
started singing out to it, and the owner, he's also in our age bracket, so he came out, he started jamming with
Shout
it.
out to Scuba Steve.
And like 2 or 3 other people started jamming out to it. And then at the end of the song, we're like, "Woo!" And the manager of Dallas is like, "You guys are freaking nerds."
I was so confused. I was so confused.
We were all like having a great time jamming out to that song, man. I'm surprised that many people knew the words. They're so complicated.
Apparently, it's an iconic song. I've talked to a couple people since then, and
I don't know. I'm not sure what song you're
I
talking
saw
about.
some memes about it.
Yeah, it's Peaches by Presidents of the United States. It's
I'll
pretty
have to
old.
look it up. I'll have to look it up and
Yeah.
try it out.
You'll hear it. You're gonna hear it. You're like, "Oh yeah, that song."
It's actually a banger. Like, it's a really good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mark and I had like a text chain shortly thereafter. Like, I actually went home like the next day, ate a peach, and I took a picture of it and sent it to him.
Oh,
And then he took a picture of an open can of peaches and sent that to me. The next day, I took a picture of a peach pie and I sent that to him.
Nice.
It just became this thing.
This ain't
I
the
know.
old song like from the 80s, right?
It is.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like in the 80s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was not very old when it came on. Yeah,
I wasn't even around.
you were good.
Look, I only came around because Top Gun. Okay, if it wasn't for Tom Cruise, I wouldn't exist.
So what you're saying is your parents entered the danger zone?
Yeah. Dude, why do you think half the stuff? Why do you think half the stuff that I do is like a subtle reference to Top Gun?
Because it's a great movie.
Because
Right.
without it, I wouldn't be here.
All right. Have you guys seen the new one?
No.
Yes. I'm 50.
No and yes.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I won't ask you the question then. I won't ask you a question. I mean,
as
I'm
far as-
not going to spoil it, but
well,
yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah.
I thought it was good, but I kind of felt like it was a little more fan service.
Was it a worthy
Yeah.
sequel though?
Yeah, it was. It was a damn good
Oh,
sequel.
Dude.
But yeah,
Well, my wife and I saw it in the theater for our first time seeing it, and it was definitely. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't watch any trailers on it. Nothing. I just went to see it. You know, Top Gun, the first one obviously is a classic, and one of our favorites. And we went to the theater to see this next one. And my wife, as we're going there, she says, "I've heard people say that this is like better than the first one or as good." You know, and I was like, "There's no way." And we left the theater. I was like, "Dude, it was fucking as good or better than the first one." I'm not even kidding. But that's just us. So
my test for a movie always is if I really like it, I'll go back and see it again. And if it keeps my interest, it's a good movie. If it doesn't keep my interest, it was just kind of the flashing, the banging that got my attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did pay attention to the second time, but I have to say, like, I feel like, again, like it was a lot of fan service.
Yeah.
Which is what we want. Let's be real. Like,
You guys watch movies a second time in the theaters?
every now and again I do.
I haven't done that since Transformers 3.
That's funny.
Well, Triple X. I went and watched Triple X. I was like, man, this movie is great. I went in and saw it the second. I went in to watch it again, and I fell asleep.
Which movie came out first? Was it Avatar or Transformers 3?
Avatar.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Was it? Because they were coming out around the same time. Like Transformers was coming out at the same time Avatar was.
Well, I don't know. Avatar
And it also came out around the time that.
And then coming out.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
I'm gonna wait for Disney Plus.
I don't want to see a movie that like blatantly that like blatantly copied a lot of stuff that was happening in video games. Like half the vehicles straight up came from Halo. The scene where they were going into the Avatar was the loading screen from Borderlands whenever you die.
Yeah, no shit. It really was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't play a lot of video games, so.
Yeah.
Mister, hey, you got to play Fallout 76 with me.
Because there's stuff I got to do with the team, and I don't want to get with some rando because they do dumb shit. And then I have to like, all right, screw you.
Well, listen, guys, it's been awesome having you on. I appreciate you being on here. And do me a favor when we're done, like maybe in the next couple days or sometime this weekend, if you get a chance, send me the links to all these guys. If you remember who you shouted out or who you want to shout out, I'll put the links for all these accounts and all that kind of stuff. And obviously your website. It's going
to be a long list.
That's fine. I can copy and paste it.
I was about to say.
No, it's going to go like this. I'm going to give you a long list, and then there's going to be a second list of people that I forgot, but are also equally important, and then there's going to be a third list of people who are also still equally important. Like it's just
copy and paste, brother.
Then there's going to be a link under all of that that's his OnlyFans.
Now look, now when you send them, now they've got to be the links, not the don't tell me somebody's name on Instagram where I have to look them up.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise it won't get added. So
no, I want people to be able to just click on it and go and see that person.
Yes.
Like
right.
People want the instant gratification. If they have to search for it, they don't care.
Bro, tell me.
But
I don't think I have to.
So what we'll also do. You said your boys play. How old are your boys?
The two that play. My wife and I have 5 kids.
Okay.
So we have 3 boys, 2 girls, and the 2 that play. One is 28, and one is 23, 4. I can't remember.
Okay, so one of those. I'll tell you this too. What we'll go ahead and do. And I didn't talk to you about this, but you
go ahead. I think I understand.
Yeah. You're on the same wavelength every now and again.
Yeah.
So what Matt will do is he'll go ahead and get your contact information. We can just do it over Instagram too.
Yeah.
And when the tickets go live, we'll shoot you a couple of ticket codes so your boys can come play. And yourself, if you want to get up in it, you just got to get to Oklahoma.
I'm good with 3 tickets.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I mean, I kind of know the owners. They're dicks, but I mean, I think we can.
Actually, I think they're rude, not assholes.
But
That sounds awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, come down here. We can actually get a face to face. This guy took 3 hours of my life. But no, honestly, you can come down, see our version of gameplay. I'll leave you with this, man. Like at the peak, we ran close to 40 fragmentary missions in a 2-day period.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Damn.
I have to keep up with that. He calls out on the radio saying, Matt, I need you to go here, and I have to run over there with my camera.
Matt, there'll be a frago at this location.
And I can't.
Matt, there'll be a frago at this location.
I cannot keep up.
Every 30 minutes, I'm firing a new
That's
mission.
why we brought Zach along.
Yeah.
Red Assassin 24. That's why we brought him on board.
But one of the things that, and we didn't really touch on it, but one of the things that our Milsim does that some of our competitors strive to do, and I don't know if they've really done it. I haven't experienced it, but getting everybody to do something cool, right?
We want everyone to be busy. We don't care how small the game is or how big the game is. We want there to be something going off that Tim's squad over here can be doing that will help affect the scores of the game.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of all the practice.
We don't want Victor's squad over here on the right flank with their guns up against the wall, eating power bars, drinking water, going, man, I wish I could play airsoft.
Yeah,
we want them playing airsoft.
Right.
And, there's a form of that does happen no matter what you do, but we want to mitigate that as much as possible.
Well, like when I always warn people, like if you're going to come to our events, specifically our events, make sure that you're hydrating and you're doing some kind of conditioning before.
Our COs and XOs will put you to work.
Yeah,
Nice.
we talked to them before the game, and we emphasize the fact that we don't want fobbits. And if you don't know what a fobbit is, that's the guy that brings the chair to the fob, and he spends
A fob hobbit?
yeah,
I get it.
yeah, he spends a good like half of his Milsim experience on that chair, eating or drinking, or BSing with the support staff and not out there in the field supporting his team.
I mean, like, we get it. It's your ticket. It's your time. You spent money to do what you want to do, but we would love to, like, push you to have an even better time. If you're still insistent, no, this is exactly what I want to do. This is what I came here to do. All for it. But personally, I think you're missing out.
Yeah, but get ready for the COs and XOs to bug you relentlessly.
Oh, yeah, they will. Especially Tyson.
Yeah, no.
Especially Tyson.
Tyson will walk right up to a group of guys. You guys ready to go back out? We just got back, man. We're still reloading. All right, well, let me know when you're done reloading. And he'll go back to, like, the command area, come back, like, 2 minutes later. You done reloading? Like,
Nice.
Man, I just opened up my sandwich.
yeah, really. I just sat down to these Cheetos that I'm eating.
No, don't sit down with those Cheetos because then you'll never get back up. And then he'll give him a mission.
Yeah. Pickle juice?
Oh, dude, he made me have pickle juice the other day.
Yeah. Tyson's adamant about people drinking pickle juice to counteract dehydration. It's like, I got like a cooler full of pickle juice. You want some pickle juice?
And ribbits.
Sugar-free ribbits.
You can keep that sugar-free stuff.
Yeah, sugar-free.
Well, thanks again, guys. I appreciate you guys being on, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah, hope to do it again sometime, man.
I would love to come back on.
Probably without me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got to break the camera if he's on here too much.
It can only take so much abuse. I already broke the microphone.
Yeah, next time I come on, if you'll have me on, I'll come on as Black Wolf videos versus.
Vanguard Airsoft Events. Well, I've had so many people on for a second time or third time. Like that is it's very common. So for sure, we'll get you back on here after some of your events.
Yeah, the timing on this was great because we're spinning an event at a new field. So,
look forward to
all the outreach we can get, all of it, and then
awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.